What's good, y'all? It's your boy Danza. Just one of the many faces of the machine known as the Danza Project. Please do me a favor if you rock with us. Hit that like button, subscribe button, and turn those notifications on. We appreciate you. Salute.
Tell them stop playing with my name, little bitch. I've been in the car, fucking hoes getting rich. Ride around with them soldiers and you know they never miss. No, they never miss. No, they never miss. Tell them stop playing with my name, little bitch. I've been in the cut just minding my own business. But if they want a problem, then I'm down for that shit. Down for this.
Annie and my boy Marco. We really respected the person that could talk to you and the person that could freestyle. Like, there's a difference between freestyling, as we spoke about a second ago. There's a freestyle off the top, and then there's the actual freestyle where they got the verse. Freestyle, it's not on script. It's you know what I mean? That's not on the albums. Stuff we just spoke about. And then there's a freestyle off the top where they're like, throw me a word. And they go crazy with the word, right? It's rare. So me and my boys, we're listening to our music, and there's the artists that we like. Last year, I'm at the Murder Mook battle. I seen a lot. That's us finally starting to get our name out there, right? We had Murder Mook up there, and then we had Smack up there, and we start getting our name out there a little bit. So I'm like, dope. So now I'm meeting people that like I grew up fucking with. And I see King Los over there.
Come on.
And King Los is here today.
Peace to the earth.
Hello.
So I walk up to him, right? Like I immediately walk up to him, like, we got to make this happen. So this is a year in the making. In fact, July 26th.
July 26th.
Of 2023 is when we spoke about making this happen. It is what? It's July 20th, 2024.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's about exactly a year. So you don't know about time, you're saying?
Yeah, I don't record time, dates, shit. Like only when I have I gotta be somewhere. But I don't even buy into the whole concept of time, dates, and all that shit. It's like 20 right now, and it's like 2013 in like Ethiopia.
I heard something crazy like that.
It's the truth.
And Korea, their calendar and the way they do time is
completely different. So I have too. I'm like, yeah, y'all got it, bro. I'm just y'all want me to be on some fake thing to
on a grid.
Yo, I'm good, bro. I don't even fuck with none of that shit.
That's dope.
It's a powerful place.
He had to come straight in like Terrence Howard. He's like, you know what I mean? Let me tell y'all.
When I was doing the square root of 3, it didn't add up. No.
Shout out to T. Howard.
I'm the first one that said that I'm the first one on some real shit though. I'm the first one to say that the mathematical system was a fallacy though, on God. I was the first. Now, I'm not saying like I'm the first person that ever thought it, or I can't even say I'm the first that ever said it, but I know I said it before Terrence Howard made it like a thing.
Okay.
I said it on Clubhouse. I said it maybe like 2-3 years ago to my people on Clubhouse, and I was like, and everybody was like, "What is this dude talking about?" Like, because I be just on some, super left, whatever. But I said that shit. I was like, bro, how does this value represent this expression? And it means this how does this unit have this expression? And it's just this in totality. Like, how do you get that? Like, because a 1 is supposed to represent something singular. Why? I was asking crazy questions. I just want to know why. Yeah. What makes it 2 double? Right. And then
how do you assign its value?
How do you assign it its value? Or what comes first, the value or the number? Is it just like symbolic? I think it was just more symbolic. It's not really, because if you say let's say you say 1 plus 1. I guess that's like 1 unit plus 1, so that's 2. But then you say 1 times 1. But multiplication is different from addition. If we multiplying, we're not adding. So 1 times 1, if we was doing human beings, a man times a woman is technically a child, right? So then it's 3. Because it's like, what are we saying?
We didn't lose anything.
Because the only way we multiply is through procreation. And if it's not that, then we're adding.
Right.
Like 100 people could come in the room right now. We didn't multiply, we added. The way we multiply is through procreation.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like on some real shit. So it's like the variables can change based on what the unit of expression really is. You know what I'm saying?
Application and its use.
Yeah. So it's not just a definite 1 times 1 equals what? Because 1 what times 1 what?
That's the question.
Because a cat multiplied by another cat is like 9, 10. What's that? You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Like, I'm just saying.
Let me tell you something.
Let's just start weird. Let's start this
Yeah,
whole shit
this
weird.
is surreal for me because again, I was a fan young, listening to your music, right?
Right.
But this was something like now I'm sitting back here, I'm high as hell, and I'm listening to you speak, and I'm like, yo, I remember. I also remember that about your mind when you were rapping because he was talking about something else. You know what I mean? Like
Always.
your normal rapper is talking about the normal rap shit. He's talking about the stratosphere.
Mhm.
Come on.
Rappers spitting last in my
Vladimirs.
trenches. The wrath of my ventures is drafted through the dramatic craft of my sentence. I'm a bastard with endless disastrous limits. Sporadic maniac rapper matched with a chemist attached with Olympus spectacular swagger. My image a tactical menace administer massive afflictions. I had a vision, a prediction, a vast premonition of cashing the tradition of my last intuition. I graph with precision. I mastered division in math to add addition if it clashed with decision. I had it with this shit. I'm sick of battling, babbling graduates of that of a battered arithmetic. Vigorous hard. I'm ridiculous smart. Your intelligence ends with my curriculum starts. Centrifugal force of art multiplied by thought equals a fraction of the adjective describing my part. I'm the critical, criminal, political pinnacle. You're a minuscule, cynical interlude. I will finish the minute you send it through. I'm the dentist, the minister, the minute you feel me, shit like.
That's it. We got what we
Come
needed.
on.
Oh, wait, that's a wrap. Wrap it up. We going home, boys. That's good. Yeah,
And
appreciate you guys, bro. And cut. And that's just yeah. No, it's always been on some other shit with the raps and shit.
You
That's
got
fucking-
the memory, right? You've
Mhm.
spoken about your memory.
Mhm.
You could take it all the way back. The fact that
Yeah.
like how, just how.
Or I revert. All right, now it's really about to be some Terrence Howard shit.
Yeah, let's get it.
Well, okay. So I reverse engineered my mind to a degree, and I figured out a lot of like the inner workings of this, how like we think and how we assimilate. And so I had written a rap down, and it was like fire, right? Because like I was really into like, I started out when I started writing, I started on some shit like, how much can I push the envelope on this shit? You know, because I'm looking at pun, I'm looking at
Oh yeah.
Canibus, I'm looking at
Big L.
Big L, my favorite,
Yeah.
Lamont Coleman,
Yeah.
right?
Looking at Nas.
I'm
I can
looking
finish this with you, bro.
looking at
Yeah.
Nas. You know who I'm looking at, right?
Titans.
And pun is on some did in the middle with little Italy, little did we know zero, the little middle didn't do that. And I'm like, what? Why is he alliterating like that? What's wrong with bro? Is he okay? You know what I'm saying? And you know, Nas with the prolific shit, and then Canibus with the, you know, Canibus is the lyrical version of German engineering. I speak at frequencies dogs would have trouble hearing. What?
Come on.
What are you talking about,
Early.
Canibus? That's not so you say non-humanly possible things. I pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it. What? All right, I got you, my nigga. So like every time I wrote, I was challenging those guys, right? Even when I was just nobody, I was in my mind. So I knew I had to push the envelope.
Canibus was a tough one.
He was the toughest.
He's like,
There was no
me without lyrics is like a porn flick without sex, illmatic. My lyrical skills are dramatic. You know what I mean?
He was saying, it was like, bro, what are you talking about, bro? Like, so I was always pushing for better. Like, I never wanted to be like none of these people. Always wanted to devour that, you know what I'm saying? Like their skill set, I wanted to like obliterate that shit. That was my goal. And so when I had written this rap and it was cold as fuck, and I fucking forgot it. And I was somewhere, and I was in my living room, and I remembered that I wrote it.
Okay.
But I remembered that it was cold as fuck, but I could not remember what it was, and I was so fucking pissed.
You can see it, but you can't reach it. It's like,
and I could see it, so I sat down, and I closed my eyes until I could see the entire rap in my head, and I could see it be, and I got the whole rap back, I brought it back. And I said to myself, like, it was just me in there, right? And I was like looking around, I was like, what the fuck did I just do? Like, what was that? Yeah, right. Like, it's true. It is true. You are him. Right? And so I'm like, yo, what did I just do? But I saw it. So I realized that the mechanics of writing, you write from, this is gonna be funny. You write from the left to the right. Right?
Oh no.
I know. It's only right that I only write what's only right. Time I left behind my back, fight you with only rights. You still get left behind my back because I don't just write. My flow's ambidextrous. You see how you get left, right? We'll take a southpaw. He write with his left, right? With right or left, we all read from the left, right. So I just laugh when MCs say, let's write. I say, I'd rather left. They say, is that right? That had nothing to do with anything. But
it has everything to do with everything.
But so the whole left right thing is a mechanical, right, expression that actually records. So this is our version of scanning. So I also realized that when you write something, we're not very mechanical in the way of, like, we'll say, Johnny went to the store to get an apple. Then we'll continue from after apple, and that's not how we write. We'll go, Johnny went to the store to get an apple. And then we'll go back to the beginning in our minds. We'll say, Johnny went to the store to get an apple, but they didn't have any. And we'll write that, but we scan. So every time you scan it, you're scanning it in and you don't even know it. I was able to recall the whole rap because in order to write it down, it's called scribing, right? Writing is scribing. So you're making an impression, right? You're making an impression. And that impression is forever scribed into your mind. You know what I'm saying? What's your favorite color?
Orange.
Where was that at before I asked you? Don't even worry about it. That's the type of shit I'm talking about, right? It's forever there. But because that's so simple, my favorite color is orange too, by the way.
Oh, really? That's dope.
Yeah. And so because that's there, but you didn't have to put it, I'm gonna put it here consciously. But when you needed to recall it, you could recall it. If you could do that with orange, and you could do that with anything that ever took place in your entire life, right? And so that's what I did. And so when I found out how to go backwards, I realized that I could also go forward. Like I could actually, so long story short, I stopped writing because I said, if I'm writing this and I'm committing it to memory and I forgot it and I remembered it, guess what I realized?
What?
You can only remember shit that you forgot.
I told y'all I'm high, right?
Because
am I taking the
because you have to recall it. It's not always on the stove.
Watch
so to
this.
speak.
Watch this. Let's do the etymology, right? Member is like together. Member. To remember is to put something back together. To dismember is to take something apart. Someone dismembers you, they cut your arm off. Dismember. So to remember, right, is to put things back together. So it has to fall apart in order to be put back together. So in order for you to remember it, it has to fall apart. So I just decided to bypass the whole thing and never ever put it together.
So you never let it fall apart.
So it never has the ability to fall apart. So I never write it because now I can't ever forget something that I never wrote. You know? and then so that's when I stopped writing. And I would just, and then, cause look, I freestyle like it ain't shit. Why am I sitting here writing? I mean, I love the art of writing. I love the act of writing. I love the pen and the whole thing, right? Cause that's like another version of like scribing and spell. You know, you cast spells with words, but you write words with letters, right? And so, and then a bunch of words is a letter, right? And then it just gets weird. But like so that's just like where I was at with it. So I was able to bring shit back. So now I could just go. And like, it's been like a good 15 years since I've like written anything. Sometimes I do it just for fun. If I'm bored, I'll write some shit, whatever. Just to, keep the nostalgic, whatever. But yeah,
So one of the things for me was one of the questions I'm gonna ask it now was with battle rap. You talk about not having to get prepared, so you're being serious.
I haven't had to really yet.
Only because you haven't felt challenged.
I felt challenged every time. I feel very challenged, even just to do battle rap. I have the utmost respect for those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like them battle rap dudes, they built different, bro. They really them boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get it fucked up. They are marksmen, sharpshooters. You know what I'm saying? Specialists, savages. Yeah.
Craftsmen.
Yeah, craftsmen. Like them boys is different. And they performing like they didn't turn it into this new level of entertainment. It evolved. Like these dudes is genius. Like I always loved that culture. I'm not saying that for me. I'm saying that my thing is not about battle rap. My thing is the marriage that I got with words. I have a marriage with words. I have I could manipulate words to my will. So when I'm showing up at the battle, I'm not really trying to be a battle rapper, which is why it's very challenging, because you could show up like out of date, out of like the protocol and the design of battle rap, and you could just the crowd doesn't assimilate to you. Like, what the fuck? Because there's a rhythm, there's a pace. Big Glock. Slick shot. Just like I don't do that. When I battle rap, you'll notice I don't do that. I go straight nerd. And I'm like the parameters for parameters, right? And I just go nerd. I do my shit. So I don't feel challenged in a way to show up and be me, you know? And I have another weird philosophy. I've never battled anybody that has been in front of me. I've always battled my prior work. So I'm not like, maybe I'm giving away part of my game, but like I'm not showing up to battle DNA, Ill Will, Daylyt, because that would be way too much pressure. Battling Daylyt, Ill Will, DNA, the geniuses of battle rap. Hell no, I'm not battling y'all motherfuckers. I'm battling me. King Los's legacy, how I pen, how I bar, And so if I show up and I completely miss, I'm cool with that because I'm battling me. I'm not battling y'all motherfuckers. Y'all can have that shit. Anybody to battle y'all is nuts. I'm battling me. And so that's like my mindset when I'm going into battle rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it works. It works for me. It works for me. I have a great deal of respect for them dudes, though.
The way you mentally frame it and prepare it probably does a lot for you in your execution. It allows you to just focus on what you do. This is my bag. This is my expertise. Let me do what I do.
This is my shit. It's worked for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Before Ill Will, there wasn't even a question of like if I was like undefeated in battle rap, which is weird because most industry or rap dudes that come over from the hip hop side and go over there, they just get scorched. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they just see them niggas like, yeah, come on, bring it on. We're gonna put another notch.
I posted about this today.
We're gonna bury your crown, boy. And so, I go up there with my crown like you could bury my shit. So
you ain't feel like that at first though?
Like what?
Your first battle?
Feel like what?
Like you might get killed up there?
Nah. I'm from the hood battling with it.
Okay.
I just didn't battle in like that setting. Right? But like I'm from the hood battling. Yo, come outside. They talking crazy right now. They come who? It's like 10 of them. They all talking about they gonna fuck you up. And where you could like get beat up. You know what I'm saying? And
It's true.
And so like I'm from that with the battle. And I'm freestyle with the battle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so I'm
off the head.
I'm cool with all that shit. Like I want all the smoke, nigga. All the smoke. I don't fear no competitive lyrical shit. That's my avenue. You know what I mean? I went to battle rap because I couldn't get no hip hop smoke. You know what I'm saying? I was over there just frolicking with them motherfuckers and battle rap, them dangerous ass. You know what I'm saying? That's not no cool place to be. Nigga, you could get depressed off battle rap.
Killers out there, boy.
Bro, you could get depressed off one of them battle niggas, say the right shit to you and it go viral.
That's
and
the
it be
thing.
and you gotta hear it every day and they making videos and edits. Like,
Yup.
what?
Battle community.
Yeah, I'm
boy.
not over there fucking around and playing with them niggas. I went over there because I couldn't really get no hip hop smoke. I couldn't get nobody to bite the bullet over on the rap side, on my side. So I'm like, bro, let me go over there and let me train with these assassins and keep my shit sharp. You know what I'm saying?
Smart.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm over there. I'm over there a student. I'm not over there in battle rap acting like I don't even feel like I'm King Los on some level when I'm over there. They're the guys up. I'm the little guy over there.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? That's how much respect I got for those guys.
Cool that you acknowledge, like, I'm stepping out of my normal. I'm doing something here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yup.
Like,
And
yeah,
I felt like
that's
legacy
commendable.
wise, I felt like that it would cement another part of something just for me as an MC.
Mhm.
That when people look back, they're gonna be like, yo, dude, crazy.
Can't
He
take
ran over
nothing.
there to battle rap to fuck with the assassins. Like,
Yeah.
and he survived, like, and he like made an impact in that. Like, you know, because I'm not over there like trying to take over battle rap. That's why I don't do a lot of battle. I'm not trying to like really just like, I'm not trying to like, you know, I'm not trying to be like a culture vulture, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like today's shit.
You can't.
Because as a
be-
big
yeah, I
name,
feel
no,
you,
but
I
as a
feel
big
you.
name, you could go over there and like you could just put your feet on the couch and wear out your
Try to
welcome and be on
throw
some.
your weight
I
away,
could.
huh?
But if you would have done it,
I
you're
could.
more, not to do it today, right? But if you were that type of guy, you'd probably be like, guys keep booing me. I'm gonna quit. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do this anymore. Like
Me-
when Joe Budden got smoked by Hollow the Don out there.
No, yo, listen. I told Verb, who's one of the best battle rappers.
Yeah.
I didn't even know him. I reached out to him because like I fucked with his content, and I reached out to him, and I was like, "Yo, here's my number. Shoot me a call, whatever, right?" And he called me. He's like, "Yo, what's up, dog? Whatever, we talking." And I was like, "Yo, I don't want to ever hear you say like, yo, they booing me. Like, fuck that, bro." I'm like, you is one of them niggas. I said, them boos got to sound like cheers to you. And you got to start loving it. And then right after that, he went like and turned in like super villain. And it was just like the dark rise of like Verb, like, you know what I'm saying? Real shit. And I was like, yo, you got to start liking the taste of that blood in your mouth, Brody. Like, fuck that shit. Don't give a, like, you know, you came to shake shit up. That's also a character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need Batman, but we need the Joker too. You know what I'm saying? Play the villain roles. These is dope roles. You know what I'm saying? And so I would never complain. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. I've been in rooms where the odds been all the way against me, dog. Like, I've been saying bars that's so crazy and look around and get no response. And I'm like, ooh, y'all savage motherfuckers. The room not even gonna support me, dog. It's cool. Right? You hear me in one of my battles saying, like, once I finally got some applause, I'm like, nah, fuck that. Keep that shit. Fuck y'all. I don't want it.
I remember. All right.
Yeah. I was
You
like,
also
I was
got
like,
to be aware that it takes them a little bit to catch what you were saying, and you already went to the next.
and they
level.
being stiff with me though.
Yeah,
Because
true.
like because they
That
love
happens.
Daylyt, and me, they're like,
Yeah,
that's their
that was
king.
cool.
Right. They're like, you were all right. Right. And I'm rapping my life away. And so once I got it, again, the psychological edge for me was be like, nah, keep that shit, nigga. I don't want your applause. Keep that weak shit. I mean, earn my shit. And I started saying, I don't want it. That became like almost like a slogan for me. And they started liking it. Every time I said, I don't want it, like, oh,
Became
and
the
they started
heel.
giving me more applause. And then I started getting room shakers. And I'm like, oh God, it really is a tough crowd. It really is a
That's
tough crowd.
fire.
We're gonna get back to all this, right? Because one thing for us and for any audience that you're reaching out to, right? We got a different audience than you're used to reaching out to. There's all these audiences out here.
Right.
I always want for my audience to get to know who you are as a human being, right? Because that's the most important part. There's the artist and there's the judgments that you're gonna get off of just being an artist.
Right.
And then it's like, who's this human being? Do I like him or do I not like him? You know what I
Piece
mean?
of shit or what?
So you come from Baltimore. So take us way, 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 way back.
Yeah, West Baltimore or Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore.
Roots.
Young boy from the hood. See, I could speak Baltimore. I could speak I could articulate. I could speak Baltimore. I say my father.
Yeah.
My father, right? My father he was murdered when I was 16. So that took a devastating toll on me. And it was through that became the medium or like the conduit for me to find my way into literature.
You said you were how old?
16.
Okay.
16 is like a magical number in my life. My mother's the baby of 16. And I'm the god of 16s.
Okay.
No pedo.
Yes. Yeah, right.
Because they'll clip that.
Yeah. One time.
Right. But yeah, so my dad was murdered, and as a coping mechanism, I started writing. But it wasn't raps at first. It was literature, it was stories, it was poems, it was just
Did the
words.
literature rhyme? Did the literature rhyme?
No. It was just
learning literature, structure.
Yeah,
you know,
it was just writing, expressing stories. It was just like a good way to get shit out, to vent, right? I would write stories, they would be funny, they would be whatever. And that was my first shit. And then I started getting into like Emily Dickinson, Robert Frost, Edgar Allan Poe, Shakespeare. You know, I started studying all the nuances of like iambic pentameter and all these different styles of writing. And like I just got like immersed in that whole idea of what literature was. And then I went to another school because of everything that happened. It took a shift. So I went to this other school, and every day at lunchtime, these cats was rhyming. And they was on some old and I'm like standing in the background, I don't know nobody and shit, and I'm just looking around like, oh, this shit is fire. So I got their ass. So the next day, right before the lunch, I write a little something down, and then like memorize it, and then go down there. And,
I hope somebody call me out.
you know what I'm saying? Go down there and then just get in where I fit in. They're like, oh, we fuck with you, and that's where it all began. And then like I start freestyle. After that, I start freestyling, and I just and I start writing. And here's the weird part. I was like instantly good. Like instantly I was good. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, what's this?
Just picking up flows from Edgar Allan.
I was better than everybody in the whole entire school. There was this one cat though, he was metaphors and shit was ill, but I just got better than him. Like I was just, once I got it, nobody could even come close.
How'd you know?
Because the response that I was getting at lunch every day, who I became now, I'm the kid that rap now. You know, I'm that guy. And like my shit is better than yours. And people's response to me is what actually put me into the music game. Because like once I graduated, I'm rapping and people like, yo, what you doing with it? Yeah. And I was like, what? You do shit? You do something with it? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do with it? Nah, bro, you got to do something with it, bro. Like, you ain't doing nothing.
Pushing you like, come on,
and I'm like,
jump.
Because I wasn't even thinking like, do something. I just do it. I do it. So I did it for the love. Like I did it. I really did it. And then like, no, I got to introduce you to my man, bro. My man, he's doing this. And then it's like people started just taking me everywhere. Yo, they got a studio. Yo, you know what I'm saying? And it built up like that. I didn't know how to write a song. I didn't know none of that. Just rap, you know? And and there was no outside world to me. I would be in my room for days and days and days. I had a poster of every artist that you can imagine rap-wise, from LL Cool J to Big L to all of them on my wall. And they were my targets, and I would write my raps in my room. I would not come outside. I forgot I had a car. Wow. I didn't talk to people. I just wrote. And I would just have beat instrumental CDs.
J Arms.
And
you had the J Arms joints?
Yeah, the J Arms. I had all that shit. And I would just be writing. And then one day I wrote a 10-minute plus like freestyle joint. And
With no intent to use it anywhere, it was just like
not just was being creative.
Okay.
And it's weird because I took like, let's say I had like a Dipset instrumental. I did like, okay, I'm gonna rap 20 seconds on this instrumental. Just 20 seconds. And then at this point, I'm gonna stop it. And then I'm gonna skip to Kanye West instrumental. Right? I'm gonna do only 10 seconds, just a brief, and then I'm gonna do maybe 40 seconds on it. And I did like, and I wrote it down and I did it. So I figured out, and I got a DJ friend of mine. I sent them the notes. I said, hey, take all these instrumentals, chop them, and put them in like that. And then I wrote the whole. So by the time he sent it back, I had the whole rap memorized and written. It was like 11 minutes and something of like 20, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. And every time it switched, my flow switched, the whole shit. And I did that. And that's when I stopped writing raps, because not stopped writing, but I stopped writing for a long period of time because I didn't have to rap shit else. When I rapped that shit, it was like, oh, he's a star. And then they started taking me to bigger people, right? Take me to, Dame Dash, and taking me to people like that. Like, no, motherfuckers need to see you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because before that, I was with a label called the Block Incorporated. And it was put together by mainly like street dudes, right? Like literally from the block. And everything was on the block. And like the feds was antagonizing real crazy, and they was just like, these dudes was really getting to it. So it was like, it got hectic. A lot of people got locked up, a lot of shit. So it's like, studio got raided. So I've been through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward all the way to sign my first deal with Puff. Then I lose that deal because the CEO of the label at the time, we had some inner dwellings of like people who weren't good with each other, and they end up kidnapping his girl, hold her for ransom money, like $1 million ransom.
And took her life.
Took her life. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm going through all this as a young kid. So now I get a call, like I lose my shit, my deal, whatever. And
so you lose your deal because of this?
I lose my deal like in conjunction with it. I'm not gonna say like because of it, just in conjunction with that, and it being like a lot of federal stuff going on. And like I think the federal part of it, they had reached out to, they had actually went to the studio, because we was in Daddy's house studio at the time, right? In New York, Manhattan. They went there. And once they went there, I think it alarmed like Hard Pierre, who was like the president at the time, because like Puff fucked with us. But like I think it alarmed him because like the previous shit that was happened, the shooting and the whole shit Shine and all that. And it was like, yo, what's up with these niggas? Like, what are they into?
Due to the climate.
Like, what are they into?
At that time.
So they were like, yeah, we're not going to move forward. And I got that call when I was in the hood. Like when I had rolled back to Baltimore when I was in the hood, and I got the phone call like, yo, what's up, bro? I'm happy. He's like, yeah, we're not moving forward with your deal. And I'm like, a day before I'm done with my album? You know? And so that shit was like, back in the hood. Right. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is on the run. My CEO's on the run. He trying not to go to the feds. You know what I'm saying? And so I can't really get a hold of bro. He got to like lay low. His girl, that whole shit happened. It was like bad, bro. It was bad. I'm back in the hood. I was in the hood, bro, for 6 years after that, bro. Niggas was trying to give me dope on some shit like,
I'll
just trying to look out for me. Like niggas like, yo, you good? Like, I got you if you need it.
I'll put you in there, man.
And I was like, bro, do you not just see what I'm coming from? Like, I'm good, man. I'm not trying to, because I'm like, any day now and I'm getting re-signed in my mind. Feel me?
Yeah. Everything's zipping the air.
6 years, nigga.
Damn.
And I'm sitting there. I remember now 106 in Park is a thing now. Right? And of course I'm giving you the very detailed version of the story.
Right. Yeah.
So we can get through the shit. So if I leave, no, but I'm just saying for people, like if I leave anything out or anyone, love, but everything don't even need to be said in any way all the time. But like So I'm sitting on the couch, 106 in Park is a thing. I'm watching Freestyle Friday. You know the pain is in my heart. I'm like, I would kill
you.
his
I was going,
ass.
damn,
Bro.
that would have been your
I'm like,
shit.
I would have owned that shit.
Straight up.
I would have had equity in that shit.
Yeah.
Like, and so I'm watching this shit. I'm just depressed. And I'm like, damn, bro, it really is over. Like, I'm never gonna, I'm cooked. Like, it's been 6 years. Wake up. Reality is slapping me. So that was like the first day I was really ever gonna be really actually depressed. It was setting in. I felt it. Like, the reality.
Did you start veering off the path? Did you start saying like, all right, well then I guess I better start?
The phone rung that day. That day, the phone rung. And it was my boy, Ernie, that I had signed a deal with, a production deal with, for After Platinum. And we had did a bunch of work. He was like, yo, this dude Puff is like trying to get back in touch with you. And I'm like, he's like,
what was this?
He's like, should I give me a number? And I'm like, yes, please. And then I talked to Puff. He was like, yo, I saw your video on YouTube. And I was like asking like, yo, who's that kid? Whoever that kid is, I want to sign that kid. I need a kid like that. Whoever he is, that's the kind of artist I need. And everybody in the room was like, yo, Puff, that's Los. That's this, you had him. And he's like, what? Fuck that. Go find him. Type Diddy type shit. Go find that nigga, right? I get a phone call in the hood, like, yo, this nigga went. And I'm like, bro. So I went to New York. I had like a couple dollars. Went to New York, met that nigga, whatever. The nigga gave me another record deal, bro.
Come on.
Gave me a record deal. Gave me a record deal for like $350,000 at the time.
Okay, let's go.
I moved out the hood. You know what I'm saying? Took that money, moved to Atlanta. We back.
Yeah.
Moved my mom out the hood. You know what I'm saying? Took my girl. We go to Atlanta. Like, I want to say not even a couple months. I'm in Atlanta. I get a phone call. Somebody want me to work with them in LA. I go to LA. I'm on this dude's couch writing for this kid. Write this kid a song. First song I ever wrote in the industry. Write this kid a song. The label loves it. They pay him. So I demand that they pay me. They give me money. This is my first check. I call my peoples. Yo, we moving. I'm never coming back to Atlanta. This LA shit is crazy. Moved my whole family to LA. Wow. And then when I moved my family to LA, magically, this nigga Puff was there. He was like, oh, you following the money. You smart.
Just keep.
And the crazy thing is, like, we never really did, like he's like really just gave me money. Cause like then he did the Revolt shit and he was just like doing TV. It was like really nothing much. Like we did the Ocho Cinco shit with like French in it, but like, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, damn, bro, you really just gave me some coins, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I just was doing my shit. And then after that, I got off the label, went to RCA with Jay Grand. We put out a dope album, God Money War, went on tour, and you know what I'm saying? Now I'm independent and we here. Now we here. Now we on the Danza Project. Now we here.
Shout out to Ernie though, getting us back in the game.
Ernie getting us back in the game, man. Shout out to After Platinum.
After that 6-year stint, when you came back, was there any doubt? Was there anything different? Like, okay, I have to make this work for now. I got to be grateful because this came back around again, and I ain't gonna mess it up.
No, I was always grateful, and I've always been delusionally like, like my vision was always delusional. So I'm never like thinking that I'm going to fail at something. I'm never thinking that shit. I'm always like, I think tomorrow I'm finna get $1 billion. So
come on,
like I'm delusionally like intact with like the unnatural. Like because the shit I've been through is like, you know what I'm saying? And the stuff that my people's been through and the ones who should survive. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Marty. Marty, the guy whose young lady was unalived, you know? He's doing great now. Got family, children. He's home. You know, he did years in the feds. You know what I'm saying? He's home and he just
came home recently.
He has businesses. He's been home for a minute now. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But like, he's got everything. He's on a straight and narrow and just living. That's happy. He's happy. You know what I'm saying? And that's good for him because when he was locked up, I felt for him because he did everything for us. Like he was the money. Like he did everything for us, and then he took that hit. He fell hard, and then so like all my friends are like felons. You know,
Tell us about it.
like all my friends, bro. I'm from Baltimore. They don't make like a scholarly batch of motherfuckers. Like all my dudes is project dudes, you know, sold dope, did whatever, did whatever. So like I have an affinity to people who've been through rough times. I've been through rough times. You know what I'm saying? And I'm never gonna turn my back on nobody that ever looked out for me, bro.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's me. That's like, I think that's where my blessings come from.
I see it.
You know what I mean?
I see it. Now, I noticed that when I ask you, take us back, you jumped to 16, right? Like there's this time frame in there where it's gone. And something that I feel like is important to know and for the people to know is, who was your father?
Man, y'all want a real nigga to cry?
You are now live with the Danza Project.
It's okay.
Right.
Yo, my dad was just an ill dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm crowd up.
I mean, shit, if you got to, it is what it is. This is the real you.
No, I'm straight though. Damn. Cause no, it's fucked up, right? Cause I'm gonna tell you, right? Like I ain't gonna cry, nigga. I'm gonna cry.
Come on.
No, real shit. Cause like I'm not sad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not sad. Like when it comes to my dad, like you know what I'm saying? I've really grown in an intelligent space of like life and value and all that shit. So I'm not sad, but I'm gonna tell you the one thing that fucks me up. My father never got to see me rap. I rap because my father was murdered. So you get like the double-edged, you know what I'm saying, of that gift. So when you say like, when I'm like, yo, you got to be grateful when you say that, I was always grateful because I always thought that my rapping ability was a gift from my dad because I did not get it until he was gone. And when I started, I was already good. And then arguably, there's people who argue that lyrically, I could be the best ever, and lyrically, and I'm gonna leave that's per peer review.
Okay.
Some of my amazing, great peers think that about me. It's not like my own trumped up ideas, right? And so
Confirmed.
You dig? So I always felt like it was a gift from my dad. But my dad was my best friend. He used to just, bro, he was wild, bro. He was that dude though. Like the chicks, my dad was like Shaft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he come on the block and be like, like, and on all the older ladies be like, who's that? That's your daddy? And like, he's a bad mother shit. Watch your mouth. Dad. Right? Like, and they would ask me to hook him up with my dad and shit. Like my dad was just fly, bro. Like
that's so-and-so son. There
you understand?
go right
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like my older brother too. Shout out my older brother, you know what I'm saying? My older brother's Short. His nickname is Short, right? My older brother was like another version of my dad, like where all the girls was in love with him too. You know, my brother was notoriously known from the projects, you know what I'm saying? And he was he was on that hustle back then and he was the guy. You know what I'm saying? And so like my dad was just an amazing father. And he taught me like how to use my mind. The way I use my mind is 1,000% my father. But I'm like my father, like optimized. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the future rendition of my dad. But he taught me how to use my mind. Like he taught me how to be quick, fast. Like you gotta be like this with the shit.
Yeah,
you know?
What do you mean though? Like during conversations, be on your
like how to multitask. Okay. You know, like let's say for instance, like when I started getting the responsibility of being able to make breakfast. Because mind you, my dad was a bachelor. Right? Okay. So if it wasn't women over, like if he didn't have women over, we had to cook. Right? And he's like, everything was like an appointment of like, you know, like Mufasa and Simba. He'd be like, now, son, it's your time to make breakfast. But really, he just wanted me to cook because he was just like, I'm just chilling, you make it. And so he would teach me how to cook. But as he would teach me how to cook, right, he would teach me how to clean as I cook. So by the time we're done cooking this big breakfast, it ain't even no dishes. Shit like that that you don't really look at. It will help formulate the way your mind works in the future, so you know how to multitask and do shit, and you start to know how to cut and maneuver around the more primitive ways of thinking. And that's just like the type of dude my dad was. The way he used his mind, he inserted that mindset into me, and it was that shit alone that I founded the way I gather my cognitive fortitude for what it is that I do. 1000% my dad's mindset.
So, bachelor, right? So
Big bachelor.
Your mom wasn't around. He raised you.
No. My mom raised me and up into a certain mind. Put it down. Yeah, my mother raised me, and my dad was always there, but he never was with my mother.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Separate households?
Separate households. My dad was a rolling stone.
Yeah.
Told my mama, being with a woman more than 2 times in 1 week cramps my style.
Cold.
Yeah.
Ooh, is that man? And right? And so
Cold.
but he was like a dad though. You know what I'm saying? So much of a dad, he was like a father to my cousin who didn't have a dad, who was like tight with me. He was like, don't worry, I'll be your dad too. Like, you know, like he was a real dad.
Get in the truck, man.
And so my mom, you know, up until a certain age, I told my mother, like, I want to go live with my dad. She cried, and she was like, okay, because he was a great dad. So I just went and lived with my dad. My dad was like, of course, come on. And I went and go live at the bachelor pad with my pops.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? And like he like let me watch like the nudie channel, and like I was a man. He let me be a man. So that was like he wasn't like policing me, but he was like, you know, he was like rearing me into like developing to a man, right? Instead of like he didn't constrict me. And that's another thing about like mindset. If you constrict your children, then they grow up feeling inferior. But he like let me do the shit that I wanted to do.
Be a man.
Like let me stay. He didn't say like you got to go to bed. He'd be like, all right, you still up? Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna be tired. But he didn't say like go to sleep.
Yeah.
But your mother would be like, go to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you would sneak and stay up.
Yeah.
So like, you know, he just gave me that type of shit. And like that's what I carry with me, even with my son to this day. But that's what I carry with me just in the way I think. It's 1000% my dad. He was MacGyver.
Yeah.
He was literally MacGyver.
It's super dope. Now your mom, only because I recall a similar story to this in my own life, right? And I remember when I wanted to move with my pops, and it broke my mother's heart. Do you regret that, breaking your mother's heart at that time?
No, because it's not real heartbreak. It's detachment issue. It's not like I broke my mama's heart. It's just detachment issue. Your mother, who is naturally a nurturer, she has an uncanny ability to love you unconditionally. Your father doesn't even possess that because of the way we're designed. Women are built with a certain level of feeling and emotion, and men are designed and built with more intellect and logic. And that's for a reason, right? So your dad's like, look, if you stay out past 9, I'm locking that door. Don't knock on my damn door. Cause you disrespecting the rule, right? Your dad brings structure. And then you get there, you knock. He like, yup, I told your ass, don't do it. Your dad will go to sleep, and then your mom will stay up and wait till he go to sleep, and then she'll come open the door.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Oh, yeah.
That's that unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? Your mama gonna come to the jail and see you. Your dad might be like, I ain't come. You put your ass in there, you get your ass out. Your dad might be, you know what I'm saying? But your mother is always gonna be like, oh, that's my baby. How you doing in here? They got you washing clothes. Who got you? They got you folding clothes. They ain't taking your little Debbie's this day. You know what I'm saying? So your mother gonna always be that for you. So it wasn't like I broke my mother's heart. It just was like, go let me be a man, mama. Let me go be around some masculinity. Right? Because being around you, I'm picking up a lot of emotion. Let me go be with a man. Yeah. And then I got around my dad, and it was just like, it was man shit. Like I literally enrolled in school down the street, and like I'm living with my motherfucking dad.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ain't no rides to school though. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
Get
time.
your ass to school. Like daddy ain't mommy in you.
That's a good time for a boy to be around their dad too.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah.
It's a great time, man.
For sure. Pick up some crucial habits and details. Bring that masculinity in, like you said.
Yo, one of my uncles, right, who was my dad's best friend. Some of the shit he told me growing up, if you wrote that shit down on paper, you probably would go to prison.
Those guys are the best, man. Let me
Those
tell
are the
you.
one. That's what I'm saying.
Those
Like
guys are
only
the
a
best.
man under. Like I tell you once. Like so, one time we got in the car. He was like a gangster and a gentleman. One time we got in the whip, and he said he was talking this high pitched voice. Hey son, right, Uncle Mike, right? Hey son, you want a piece of gum? I said sure, Uncle Mike. Right? I'm like,
What's the catch?
no, I'm just like at the time like 13, 14. I'm a kid. I'm like sure, Uncle Mike. So you know those. Remember when they started making those 24 packs of gum?
Uh-huh.
It'd be like so he threw the pack on my lap. Take a piece of gum. Eat a piece of gum. Give him the pack back. So he looked at the pack. He said, damn, son. You a bitch? I'm like, Uncle Mike, no. No, by no means am I. No. Well, son, I don't know. I can't tell, son. Shit. Shit, man. I gave you the motherfucking pack. You took one piece and shit, nigga.
All polite and
Scared,
shit.
motherfucker. Like, he would say crazy. You'd be like, what? And he said, look, son, let me tell you something. He said, in life, when you're given an opportunity, he said, don't take what you want. Take what you need.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Because you may want just one of something, but you may need one for now and a piece of gum for later. You know what I'm saying? Your breath gonna be. You might. He said, always think in terms of that. If when you're given the opportunity, it's not like you said, "Can I have a piece of gum?" and I handed you one. He said, "I gave you the whole pack, so the opportunity was in your hands." And when he just told me that shit, you know, in a magical kid way, it inspired the shit out of me.
Absolutely.
To like, when I'm given and handed opportunity to get what the fuck I need out of this opportunity. And just as a man, it's like one of the man things, probably nothing but men gonna understand that shit.
Yeah.
But that shit, you know, and for him to say, are you a bitch? Because you really a bitch if you a man and you not taking advantage of the opportunities that you're given. You know what I'm saying?
Letting it fall by the
Because then you live with
wayside.
regret, you live with, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And it's like, nah, fuck that, bro. So every time in life that I got an opportunity, I took what the fuck I needed out that motherfucker. If whatever I need, I'm gonna take that shit. Not like I'm taking it, but if I'm given that opportunity, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Right.
And it just gave me that mindset, you know what I'm saying? And he was a gangster in the gym, man. Ain't nobody play with him.
Tough.
You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, shout out Uncle Mike, man.
Yeah,
He's a
Shout out
legend.
Uncle Mike. And you mentioned siblings. You had one older brother?
I got an older brother who he runs marathons and shit, by the way. He badass. He run marathons at 50, yeah, at 50, at 53.
Oh,
You
shit.
know what I'm saying? Nigga run marathons or whatever. Shit like that. I have an older sister, you know, Kiki, and I got a younger brother.
So you grew up looking up and then being able to guide others.
Yeah, my younger brother's in prison. He's in prison. But yeah.
That seems like something that's close to your heart that bothers you.
Yeah. It always bothered me because he went and got himself in a bunch of fucking trouble. And it was like, God damn, you know, like gun charges and shit you can't do nothing about.
How much
They
younger?
come with a mandatory. My brother's like 5 years younger than me, something like that.
Do you feel like losing your father impacted him more? Like maybe being less.
We don't have the
having
same
less time?
dad.
Oh, you don't?
No, we didn't have the same dad. But like, he definitely loved my pops. It hurt him. But losing my dad impacted me a lot with my brothers being in prison because my older brother was in prison too. They were in prison at the same time at one point, and it was like, God damn, I felt like I had nobody.
I'm out here, Stolo.
I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? And I'm doing my shit, and it's like, God damn, where my boys at? Like, you know what I mean?
Who can I trust?
Yeah, bro.
You're 16 years old at the time. You know, for the kids out there that do lose their parents young, that don't know how to cope with that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's not something that you could just magically know how to deal with. You got to battle it as the time comes. Where were you when you got that call? You heard the news.
I was playing basketball with my boys, and then I came back to the crib, and I was from a regular day of just hooping and shit, and I walked in the crib, and my mother was sitting there. She was looking crazy, just the craziest look on her face.
Energy off.
Yeah, I'm like, everybody's so quiet. And she's sitting there, and my stepdad was in there. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I went downstairs, just like my regular routine, went to my room, and like my stepdad just like walked in that motherfucker. He was just like, just straight told me. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? He told me like, yeah, got shot in the head, murdered, this and third. And I'm like, and ever since that night, I started having sleep paralysis. Ever since that night.
Oh no, thank you.
Yeah.
No,
I still
thank
had
you.
that shit to this day, bro. I've had that shit to this day. But I know it's not sleep paralysis. The people that know what it is.
I was wondering if you kind of wanted to get into that.
It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
It's a rabbit hole, bro. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I have it to this day, bro.
Really?
To this day, bro. And I'm gonna tell you, I've discovered some shit in it. It is a very fearful place to be. It is like the most uncomfortable shit ever. But I don't know. I think it's something deeper to that shit. Because I discovered some shit in it. Like when it's happening.
But usually, the way I understand it, at least from my experience, I'm not there too long. Luckily, maybe I'm lucky.
Are you calling to get out of it?
I have.
Okay.
But there's other times where you just kind of.
Are you just like?
Yeah.
You're just like.
I'm gonna
Right.
kind of pretend like let's just wait this out because you can't really
you can't do shit.
Yeah, it's like being wrapped like a mummy.
Yeah, I took that as that like if I can't control my physical body, then maybe I'm not in my not in my body. Because why can't I control my fucking body? Like,
Awesome,
you know what I'm saying?
type.
So maybe I'm like, and what I realized was this one time. I'd be facing this way, but I could see the shit that's behind me too, though. And then one time I tried to like push the door open. Like I stayed in it a little longer than what was very comfortable for me. And I like, but then it got real, nigga. It got real eerie. Like I tried to push the door, the bathroom door was cracked, and I was trying to push that motherfucker open, but I was facing this way. The door's behind me.
Gosh.
So when I popped up out the shit, I'm like, oh shit, that door's behind me.
Right. Was not just.
And like, how did I see that shit? Right. And so that's why I felt like maybe I'm just like out my body some way. You know what I'm saying?
There's plenty of theories about everything, but
there's theories about it. Have you ever heard the one like the witches riding your back? Have you ever heard that one?
Witches, demons, spirits.
Have you ever heard that?
Souls on you, like latched on.
Like latched
claws.
On you? Do you believe that shit?
I mean, we don't know, right?
I don't believe that shit.
I refuse to believe it.
Yeah, I don't
believe
that
if you
shit.
believe enough in ghosts, eventually you'll see one.
I don't believe that shit. You know what I believe? I believe there's something that's protecting you. And so let me give you a spiel on this shit. All right. So I've like fallen in love with the dark. Right? The dark has always been demonized. Right? And when you look at shit like horror movies and
Dark Side of the Moon.
Freddy Krueger, right? It's always like be afraid of the dark. Right? But I studied something. We can't live without darkness. Right? We can't.
Okay.
Right? So it's another Terrence Howard moment. We can't live without darkness. This is a fact. Right? I did research.
Where you going though? Because usually the norm is to say we can't live without light. We can't live without sun. We can't live without.
Okay. And darkness is the mother of all light. Darkness gives birth to the light. Right? It gives birth to the light. There was darkness first before there was light, right? So think about this. How many times, watch this, shit about to creep you out. How many times do we blink per day? Right?
Okay.
How many times do you think we blink per day?
Ooh, that's got to be a very large number. I'm gonna say
start per minute.
600,000 times.
You think we blink 600,000 times a day?
Yeah.
What do you think?
100,000.
Okay. Not even close. So per day, the average person blinks like 20,000 times.
Oh, okay.
right? So we blink 20,000 times a day, right? So let's do this. Let's do 20,000, right? 20,000 times 365 days, right?
Okay.
Equals. So we blink 7.3 million times a year, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. You, on average, how many hours do we sleep a day?
6 to 8.
Average sleep hours per day. So, brand new children, 13 hours a day. From 3 from 3 to 5 years old, they're sleeping 13 hours a day. Right?
Okay.
From 6 to 12 years old, they're sleeping 12 hours a day. From 13 to 18, 10 hours. Adults, average, just average, 7 hours. Right? Okay. So if you spend 7 hours in complete dark, which is sleep, and then for the time you're awake, you're blinking 20,000 times, right? You've blinked like about 100 times since we've been, right? You blink
Right.
20,000 times.
Yeah, word.
And then you live.
I can't fucking stop blinking right now.
You live.
I'm like thinking about blinking over here. What the
You're
fuck is
thinking
going on?
about
Yeah,
blinking,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
18,000.
then you live, an average lifespan is what?
75 now.
Average
70.
lifespan,
Actually, average. I'll say 55.
77 years.
Damn.
Right? So 77 years, right? 77 years is how many days? 77 years is 28,124 days, right? So 28,174, right?
Mhm.
28,174 times 20,000. 563 million blinks
In a lifetime?
in the lifetime of 77 years. Now, divide that by the 8 hours that you sleep a day, and you tell me how much you spend in the light. You're not in the light for very long, bro. You're like, so the majority of your life is dark. Now, let's see what happens when it's dark. When it's dark, you dream.
Yeah.
When it's dark, you get a chemical release of serotonin, right? It heals you. Your body goes into restoration. In the dark, the negative pictures develop. In the dark, the flowers grow, the mushrooms grow in the dark.
Hair, fingernails.
The dark, right? So all that shit happens in the dark. And if the light is only a projection of from the dark, if I shine a light in your eyes right now, what would happen to your pupil?
Shrink.
Your pupils would do what?
They'll like tighten up. They'll shrink, right?
They'll shrink, which is called meiosis, right? When it does the other thing, it dilates, right? So they go into a state of meiosis. So when you shine a light, your pupils get smaller, right? When you're in the darkness, your pupils dilate. Now watch this. Your pupils take in what? Light.
Light or like,
Your pupils take in light, right? Okay, so when you're in the dark, why do your pupils expand? And when you look into the sun, why do your pupils get smaller? So which one is actually the light?
Which one is the light? I did see
Which one is the light?
It was about, we spend almost 2/3 of our life in the dark or something like that. It's a lot more than you think.
So one blinds you and the other one gives you vision.
Because in the dark, your pupils open to take in more.
In the dark, you see worlds you never could see. When you dream,
Always.
you create worlds. You see people you've never met. You do shit you can't do in this realm. But if I shine a light in your eyes, bro, you just can't see. You actually can't even get to sleep if it's too bright, right?
That's deep.
You know what I'm saying? And so the light has its place for sure. But
a lot
we
more
could argue
happens in the dark.
we could argue that the dark could be the true light or vice versa. We need them both. But I'm just saying, you spend a significant amount of your life in the dark. And I don't think we really ever think about that. Even if you meditate right now, you close your eyes and you'd breathe a certain way and you'd be in the dark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know? So the darkness is an ill thing. So I fell in love. I fell in love with that darkness, you know, just to respect that in the dark sometimes you wonder. You wonder like what's next.
I wonder.
You can
Man,
That too.
you can wonder, right? You wonder what's next. And that makes life wonderful. Because if you always, right, if you always knew everything that was going to happen, you don't wonder anymore. So it's like not full of wonder. So in order to have a wonderful life, you have to have moments where it's okay to not know. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Do you think there's like a burden on knowing? I wouldn't want to know everything. If I could get all the shit, I wouldn't want to know everything.
Nah, hell no.
Because then what do you live?
Yeah, there's nothing to be excited.
What do you
about.
live for?
Yeah.
What do you live for?
Absolutely. I wouldn't. I always said this to the people close to me. I don't like that I say shit like this, but I wouldn't want to know if I was dying.
You wouldn't want to know?
Like if you could know the date?
No, I just wouldn't want to know.
The date or the way?
Like I don't even want to know.
Great.
Like I don't even want to know if it's going down right now. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I feel like if I found out that I had cancer, I would die. I feel like if I had cancer and I never found out about it, I'll live.
I feel like if you found out that you had cancer, you live longer. And I'm just basing that off your.
As long as I don't go to the doctors, I feel like.
I'm just saying. Well, first of all, I would give you all the motherfucking herbs and all the shit. So
yeah, okay.
That's another story.
Yeah.
That's another story. We just change your health. Fan. We change your health, and we just
eliminate some things.
You definitely live because I think you're the type, the ambition that you have. Again, everything is based on like your base model. Nothing you're doing is like, this is just an expression of who you are determined to be, right? Like rap is just a thing. Like I'm a human being before any rap shit. I won't even talk about rap when people don't ask me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I won't even mention that shit. Like I was just at the farmer's market earlier and niggas was walking past me like, yo. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution. And I'm like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm just normal. But like, you know what I'm saying? So who you are and what you're doing is just an expression of how you've designed yourself. So if anything you received, you wouldn't die. You're not to lay down and die type.
Oh, hell no.
You ain't that type. You know what I'm
Nobody
saying?
built like you. You designed
You
yourself.
designed yourself, bro. Yeah, you're not.
Said my one of a kind self. Get stoned every day
like Jesus did. What about this one? The same sword they knight you with, they good night you. That's only half if they like you. Yo,
so
that nigga Hove, bro.
Let's fast forward now a little bit.
Let's go.
You're here. You're in Miami right now.
I'm in the yams,
your career is still moving.
I'm doing something phenomenal right now.
I want to know more about that, right? Because I know you're working with individual that most of the world is against right now.
I don't think that most of the world is against.
Well, the media. Right?
I think that the media doesn't really have a mind. So the media can't like be for or against nobody. The media is most times paid. It's business. So like business can't really like have an emotion. It's, oh, you paid me to do this? I do this. Remember, it's like, motherfucker, tell you, it's business. It ain't personal.
Strictly utility.
Right. And I just think that honestly, whom much is given, much is required.
Absolutely.
Right. Because like if you made yourself the person who has been infectious in all these people's lives, you now sharing a certain level of equity when it comes to the people. Like, you could always say, like, I don't owe nobody nothing. But it's like, no, what you did for yourself, the way you calibrated your being, you're permeating a certain level of aura, and you're putting out all this frequency, and we are that. So we're receiving everything you've given, everything you've built, the legacy. So we're like kind of intrinsically woven into your story, into your script. So we get to, as the viewers, we get to sit in the movie and criticize the film.
Yeah.
So I do believe that, to someone who's scored such big movies, that yeah, that scrutiny comes with that level of composition. You know what I'm saying? I tell them straight up. You know what I'm saying? It's much more exciting when a giant dies. You know what I'm saying? If a regular person got killed in the village, his family would gather, a few friends.
Yeah.
But if the giant gets killed, people that don't even know him want to come just to see it. Yo, come see the giant. You know, and then in life we gotta die. We gotta die these ego deaths, these rebirths, you know, because like we here to be better people. So if we've been fucking up on any level, if we've been like falling short in any way, life is going to provide the platform and the opportunity for you to get back on your shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even be seeing none of that shit. Like, I don't even believe in hate. Like, if you hate me that much, you gotta love me. How the fuck did you conjure up all that energy to give to me? It's still an offering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The motherfucker that
Right.
click on your video, to hate on you and just to leave that comment, still got you ad revenue.
Mhm.
Do
I
you
love
really?
them.
Do you really hate me?
I love
Yeah.
them.
Do you really hate me?
One of my most infamous lines in a relationship is you can't hate something you never love.
But you know what I'm saying? You can't hate nothing you never love. And here's another thing.
So
Most people are just projecting from within. You dig what I'm saying? So like, if you say something or do something to me, you really just projecting. Like, if I have not trespassed against you, right? You just really projecting what you feel about you. Really, you probably hate you, you know?
right.
Mm.
You probably hate you. A lot of people don't like themselves. They're not okay with who they are. You know what I'm saying? I've never been a follower in my life, bro. But I've done shit, right? I've done shit in the street. I've done shit, you know, whatever. I've never been a follower. So I've never been around people and felt like I had to do the shit that people were doing to be accepted.
Mm.
Man, I've been a loner. I've been the left field, the weird one. I can be all that shit and I'm so good in my skin, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been in Hollywood, not in Hollywood, but LA and Hollywood, surrounded by the
Yeah.
Hollywood, the entertainment
The
shit.
ecosystem.
Bro, I've been out there 15 years, bro. I've never done a drug in my life. You know what I'm saying? It ain't an influence in the world. It ain't nobody that could sway me. I'm not even a type. I can't even like fake. Like, I don't even like scripts. Cause I like hate being like, if I feel something, if I'm whatever, I like to express my shit. So I can't even like have somebody put words in my mouth, have somebody think for me, none of that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the Aries in me. I'm just like, nigga, and I'm gonna say my shit, win, lose, or draw. So I'm not the go along, get along type, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Why
And
would
so,
why would I replace me
dope.
for you, for a piece of you? I'm me.
yeah, and then it's like, look at the ideas you've had in life, bro. Like, and not to knock nobody, but it's like, bro, I'm him, and I'm gonna live my shit out. And I'm not like I said, I'm not turning my back on nobody. Like, this nigga gave me my first opportunities in life, Brody. Who would I be in the murder? You know what I'm saying? Baltimore, who would I be? Where might I be if I didn't cross paths with this dude? And he doubled back and was like, yo, let me give you another check. We ain't even do
Right.
shit. We ain't really we put out one record.
Yeah.
That nigga could have said, yo, I need that back. I got $100,000 advance that time. Yo, I
It's
need
true.
that. Bro don't own my publishing, nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And still give me opportunities to go get bags, like this whole industry shit not fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't pen shit. I got Grammy nominated fucking with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like, this is leaps and bounds for
those that don't know, we're talking about Diddy.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm
It's
saying?
like they're just
Talking
sitting there
about-
thinking they don't.
It can't be a
Yeah.
motherfucker that don't know at this
Yeah.
at this point. I've been on
Yeah.
TMZ, all types of shit. But
Yeah.
like I said, bro, I'm from the mud. And like, if you turn your back on people that was there for you in their time of need, you a sucker.
You mentioned that early
You
on.
a sucker. You know what I'm saying?
You mentioned early on how
soon
you
we
don't
forget.
ever turn away from those people.
Not nobody that was there for you in your fucked up time. Just cause the world ain't see you do your bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of us got shit that we so glad ain't no scope on us. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real, bro. This the world. You know what I'm saying? And then we live in a world that really praises fuck shit, and they praise like mediocre, like ignorance and shit. And all of a sudden now everybody like is a saint, is a motherfucking like, boy, knock it off. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, you want to have a righteous contest? I dog you. I'll dog you, bro. I'm a really disciplined, really righteous living type of individual, but I don't think that means nothing over the next person unless you want to have a judgment battle. I can show you all the people that I've helped and I've never even looked back to get something from. You know what I'm saying? Grown ass men. You know what I mean? Like niggas who didn't appreciate the help. That I still did it because you supposed to help because you want to, not because you could get something in return. Niggas don't really want to, you know what I'm saying? And I just shut up and I don't even talk, bro. The jokes and all this shit is funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking in some legendary shoes, bro. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
And how long have you known them now?
Shit, 20 plus years.
Yeah.
I'm saying a 20 piece with bro. Got my M's with bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro ain't never.
You have a great story about when he came and he just threw a bag of money at you. There was no contract, no piece of paper.
No,
he
ain't just throw a bag of money at me. I'm gonna tell you what happened. He was working on a Love album, and I didn't talk to bro in like 3 years. And that's another thing. Like motherfuckers see you with somebody, like they think you there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the time. That's just like how people have a mediocre vantage point.
Limited.
You know what I'm saying? Until I take you to the mountaintop, you can't see, nigga. You on the ground or you behind a nigga with a big hat on. Like, you don't know what the fuck is going on. You can't even see. You know what I'm saying? The lady with the big hat in church, you can't even see what's going on. You know, shut the fuck up, you know? So people have this skewed vision of like, you know, what they think it is. But like, I didn't talk to bro for like 3 years. He was going through a lot of shit, whatever. He had cut the world off when he was going through his shit. Then out of nowhere, I get a phone call. And I'm like, oh, this nigga, he must be trying to, it's that time, trying to get back active. Yeah. I went and seen this nigga look like Black Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? He was like the beard, the whole shit. Like you never seen Puff Daddy like that. You knew this nigga like, you know what I'm saying? His fly ass can't stop. And I was like, oh, he really was going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga told me like, yeah, it's just at the bottom of the bottom. Like he was fucked up. And that's when he was decided to do the Love album. He was like, yo, I got to get back to music that I love. Let's do what I love. You know what I'm saying? He was just like telling me shit. And so fast forward, he was like, I want you to hear a record. It was a weekend record. Only one of me. But the catch was, French had called me maybe like 3 months prior. And French was like, yo, pull up. I want you to listen to some records. He played me some records. So I had heard the record already with French. You know what I'm saying? And I was working on shit with French. So when Puff let me hear it, Puff needed a part on it, but he didn't even know if he could be on the record because French, 21 Savage, and The Weeknd was already on the record.
Yeah.
So he was like, yo, play it for Los. If there's any way I can exist on this record, Los will figure it out. He wasn't even there. I pulled up to Malibu. I sit down and listen to the record, and I'm like, damn, the record is kind of like already done. I said, I tell you what. I said, you got a drum loop the drums right here. Add some strings. We added some string section. Then I got Stacey Barth. Shout out Stacey Barth, right?
Stacey Barth.
The goddess. I said, put these vocals. She started building the vocals up. And then I made that end piece. And I wrote him that end piece, and I wrote him into the piece, right? And I did that. I left. He woke up the next day. He heard that shit. He called my phone. Yo, what the fuck? Yo. And he was like re-inspired, right? So Fast forward, right? He was like, yeah, Puff wants you to pull up. Puff wants you to pull up. And I was like, yo, tell Puff, like, yo, I want some money, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like
Shit
at the
funny,
time,
man,
like, nigga, I ain't see you in 3 years. Like, you're a billionaire, nigga. I ain't see you in 3. Like, nigga, I'm out here trying to
Talk to me.
I'm trying to get. They took my Netflix series and shit, nigga, I'm trying to get it. So
you basically did the thing off the face though. When he came in, you added a little shit to the record.
huh? What happened?
I'm saying you basically just did it off of like your face, like you ain't even negotiate nothing when you came in. Just
Yeah. I did it because it was like the introduction to the and when I have an idea, I'm like, yo, can we do this now? Okay, engineer, boom. So it was like in the moment. So it had to happen organically like that. It wasn't like, all right, well, we're gonna talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
have my
yeah,
It was
people call your
so
people.
magical. It had to happen, right? And so yeah, I told him like, yo, I ain't lying. I'm working on my own shit right now. I got my own shit. Like, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Just let you
And one thing I know about Puff, bro, you gotta like be direct with him. I said, yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. The song is beautiful. The ideas you got is beautiful. Ain't nothing right now gonna motivate me but some money, bro.
real.
Had to keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
Speak up.
He was like, oh, say less. Meet me at the studio. I walked in the studio, nigga, put a big ass bag, nigga. That motherfucker bag was like this. He threw that motherfucker at me. Ooh, I'm like, ooh. He like, I opened that motherfucker. I was like, woo. He said, you good? I said, I'm great. Where do I begin?
Somebody weigh this for me real quick.
7 records later, I worked on 7 records. I contributed to 7 records on that album. Grammy nominated. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Got to work with Jodeci's, the legends. Me and Kalen, for real. We wrote on that record. Shout out to Kalen. He doing this thing right now too. And so, yeah, bunch of dope artists, and you know what I mean? That's the, you know what I'm saying? That's my bro. Like, nigga, I ain't, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Whatever he got to go through as a man, and he got to deal with that shit. And it ain't no hiding. It ain't no trying to stay low. It's like, nah, nigga, deal with what you deal with, because at the end of the day, we here to become better men, bro. You know what I'm saying? We all got a past. We all got shit. But like, nigga, just go grow.
Did you inspire him to get his ass up in the morning and go running?
A lot of times. But then sometimes, nigga, he's bugged out, want to go bike. We did a fucking like a 10-mile bike ride, and he was like, all right, you ready? Now we about to go on the way back. I was like, nigga, no. Get the security nigga to put these bikes in the truck, and we about to ride back, and we're going to think about food. Nigga, we not like,
get some wraps and
so like
smoothies,
he be
man.
inspired and then whatever, but it's like your brother's got to be there for you to shake you out that shit. Be like, nigga, shake back. Nigga, this ain't, this ain't the end of the world. Motherfuckers be wearing t-shirts that be saying free such and such that murdered 10 people. You know what I'm saying? And we really live in a world where you like, what the fuck, nigga? You want your man to come home and murder 10 people, kids and everything. Like, what you talking about, bro? Like, come on, knock it off, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
so you're saying like they want that, but they want him to pay for everything, right? Like,
yeah, but no, you should pay for whatever you did. You know what I'm saying? You should pay for whatever you did, because I just think it makes you a better man.
Yeah.
I'm only here to be a better man, bro. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm working on me every day. That's why I'm like, you want to have the righteous challenge? You could judge my friend. Like, I walk a certain way, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I don't been eating nothing but organic food for the last 11 years, nigga. I do 21-day fasts and shit, nigga. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I just don't be talking about it. I don't podcast. I don't pod it. But niggas know how I get down.
Yeah, please
you know
talk
what I'm
to
saying?
me correct.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not even really into certain shit, Brody. You know what I'm saying? I don't even yell at my son. I like, it's just certain things. Like, I'm a father, but I get it. The world they gotta shoot their shit the way they shoot their shit. I ain't mad at y'all. A lot of y'all's hurt too. I'm from this. I used to be hurt, nigga. My dad got murdered. I used to run around putting my burdens on everybody, bro. Blaming the next happy ass nigga you smiling for, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm hurting. Then I used to, hurt people.
Yeah.
So I've learned, bro, if I had to deal, let me tell you what really made me a different nigga, bro. Shout out to my mother, right? My mother called me one day. I probably was like 20. She was like, I was praying today. And I'm like, oh God, where this conversation go?
What we got, Mom?
I was just talking to God, and he said, And he said, I'm like, Ma, come on. You about to blow my whole, like I'm with my friends. I was just talking to God, and he told me, you got to forgive the man that killed your father, or you're not going to make it to your next level.
You was like,
I'll call you back.
Right.
Fuck that. What you mean?
Yeah.
The nigga who ruined my life? You know what I mean? And then I started thinking, Dad, what if she right? What if she's right?
It's a tough one though.
Cause I used to break down crying, nigga. Like we be like right here, and I'd be like, yo, give me 1 sec. And I would go right there and it was and then come back. Yo, what's up? What was
So
you
y'all
saying?
boys, y'all trying to play ball?
Yeah, yo, trying to hoop. So hoop. Try to play that shit. I used to break down crying all the time. So when I got to the point where I did it, right? I was like, yo, I don't know how this is possible. If there's a God, if there's anybody there, help me then. Cause I don't know how to do that type shit. Forgive a nigga. What? I want to kill it. What you mean? I'm trying to, I want to see him and, you know what I'm saying? I had animosity, all types of shit. And eventually I got over it. I can't tell you the day. I just knew that one day I woke up and I didn't have that burden on me no more. It's because I let that shit go. Now, mind you, do you think this dude who did it gives a fuck that I'm in utter turmoil every day?
No.
No.
Right.
So when we forgive people, we're not forgiving people for their approval. We're forgiving people for our removal.
Right.
Set them bags down. How long you been holding them bags,
Exactly.
Brody? How long you been holding that bag?
Carry that burden.
A 20-pound bag over 20 years feel like 20,000 pounds. Let that shit go. So when I see, so having to forgive him, if a motherfucker asks me, how could you be around Puff? Oh, you couldn't imagine.
You don't know me.
You couldn't imagine. You couldn't imagine, nigga. Nigga took my greatest friend ever from me. And, you know, it's made me a better person. I opened up a suicide hotline, right? Not literally, but figuratively, because people, after I dealt with my dad passing, people used to hit me up on MySpace.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
MySpace,
Yeah.
nigga. Yo, I want to kill myself, but if I could talk to you, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck is somebody sending me some shit like this for? Right?
Ultimatum is a little
So
weird.
I wouldn't open the shit. You know, you could read the first part of the shit.
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't open it. And then I've said, but I can't let somebody die. So I started opening those messages. When I let the first one in, the floodgates opened up, bro. People was hitting me from everywhere. I'm like, how do people know? But because I was dealing with that shit, right? So I'm able to have that type of spirit because I was able to forgive the dude who killed my dad, bro. I don't hold no animosity in my heart to this day for that man because none of us control the situation now. It is what it is. I have to be at peace with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's the whole level of like, he got to go through what he got to go through so he can find his level of peace. And however the people project it, we all been hurt. We all been fucked up. We might be triggered by things, you know, there's shit we saw. It's like, but we all got to deal with it as a community because we got to heal all the traumas that we got, not just us hyper focusing on the next man. As we see this man going through his shit, let's be better men.
Yeah.
Let's fix our shit. Let's get our shit in motion. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the greatest way to having an impact on something is to change yourself.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't find yourself within, you're going to find yourself without.
Do you find like maybe a level of peace being able to be there for him?
No. It's not peaceful. It's not peaceful. It's stressful because, you know, money at war. And like, if I'm your man and I call you and in the background, you hear, and I'm like, yo, pull up. Ain't no nigga in the world gonna ask you, yo, was it peaceful? Niggas is hitting your shit with, nigga, feds rushing in
Choppers.
Both joints and 2 coasts. Like, this nigga's El Chapo. Like, what we talking about? Y'all found something? What y'all find? Cause y'all the best at this. What y'all doing? What's really going on? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Not to take it on no conspiracy shit, but it's like, shit, nigga, I'm from Baltimore. I didn't see the feds, right? I know how it works. I know the process. Like, what's happening?
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, it's like, hell no, it ain't peaceful. I was on TMZ with bro and got cooked. Niggas was just cooking me. Some of the shit was funny. I find comedy in some of the shit though. Niggas was cooking me, right?
About what?
About being with bro,
being.
just cooking me, all the jokes that they got. Like, I find humor in shit, bro. I don't got a personal bone in my body, bro, with none of this earth.
Okay.
You can't take earth personal, yo. Once you hit 30, you gotta be like, oh shit. Like, I think when every nigga turn 30, they should have a surprise party of just like everybody like, nigga, you found out? Did y'all tell them?
No.
It's all a setup, my nigga. They didn't mean none of this shit, bro. It's all a Ashton Kutcher, come on out, bro. This whole life was us getting punked, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Next checkpoint.
You made it to the next checkpoint, man. You know, don't have a heavy heart, man. Your heart should be light as a feather. You know, so unless you really like tragically do something to me, I ain't tripping.
You been through a lot, and it sounds like when I hear where you're coming from, to have such a positive mindset, who was around? Because you couldn't have learned that by yourself, right? To have that, like, I know you speak about where your dad was for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your mother. How are you able to be that? Because we all got our guidances in our life, the people that kind of just like, there's somebody somewhere along the journey that told you at some point, like, to be able to stay this positive.
Yeah. Well, my father implemented a lot of shit in me before he passed away. But I got an OG named Mello. I still talk to him to this day. He's the first person to ever record my music. He had like a little 16-track joint at the crib, record me and shit. He had a Triton keyboard. At one point, he had a motif. He used to make little beats and shit. But okay, so this was the Muslim dude at the barbershop. He used to cut hair.
Yeah.
I went up to the barbershop to get my hair cut. And you know, you start talking. And I think I was talking about like Eminem. And he's a Muslim. So at the time, he's like, Eminem. He's like, man, come on, shorty. That guy's a savage, man. He says savage stuff. And I'm like, no, but look at the way he put the words together. And look at it, you know, I'm all infatuated. And then so he took a liking to me. And he started giving me jewels, things that they would learn, you know? And he would just always take me under and tell me shit. Some of the shit I thought was radical. Because I'm like, what? He's like, yo, shorty, one day, it's going to be tanks in the streets, shorty. It's going to be war everywhere. Make sure you get some, literally, these are words. Make sure I'm 16 at the time, like I'm a kid. He's like, make sure you get some cargo pants and you put weapons in every pocket. Yo, I can't make this shit up. He said, and buy lots of water and start storing up water because the water gonna be fucked up. Yo, I'm 16, like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Like, why are you so extreme, bro? You know what I'm saying? And then I think I called him back like when I was in my 30s or something. I was like, yo, you was right. Everything you said, like, yes. And all I do is store water. Like, I got water, you know, like, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, bro, you was teaching me how to be war ready and militant minded and how to survive when I didn't even know. You planted a seed. You know what I'm saying? And I still talk to bro to this day, and I can tell him verbatim shit that he's told me. He's like, damn, sure, do you still remember? I'm like, bro, you told me real shit. So I had him. I had my Uncle Lamont as a positive, like, male father figure. My Uncle Mike, who was my dad's best friend, right? He had all boys. So all of his sons and them, the way they cultivated a space for me, everybody I knew was in the streets. So I didn't have to be in the street. They would just give me money, take care of me. I was like collusion though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would just take care of me, give me shit. Oh, so you good? Here.
Such and such.
Peel me off bread. So I'm such and such, you know what I'm saying? And so I never had to do shit. My older brother, he had money, he just give me shit. did dabble and did little shit I wasn't supposed to do streetwise and did shit, but I never embraced it. I never rapped about it or glorified it. Like, yeah, nigga, I had this. I was moving around with that. I did a little something, but it's like, it never was me. So I always was myself, you know, and that's, I think, it's not like I was just positive. I was just me. I did negative things, but I was just me. So I spent enough time with myself to be able to check myself and be like, yo, that ain't you. Nigga, be real with yourself. That ain't you. And somebody else could have got an ego off that shit. Yeah, nigga, I'm shot. You know what I'm saying? That ain't you, boy. And I really fiend for art, music. I didn't want to go to a Jay-Z show and be in the front row. I wanted to be on the stage. So none of that shit appeased me, because if I wasn't getting my dream, I don't give a fuck how much Prada we put on, how much, you know what I'm saying? We pulling up in all of the form and all that shit with this street. I was like, bro, I feel like I'm on the outside of my dream. I'm not happy. So that's where my drive and my positivity came from, because I saw what the negativity did. They could take that shit from you like this. The feds and anybody could take it. And I was like, I don't want nothing they could take away. They can't take legacy. They can't take your good deeds away. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I stayed positive. That's why I stayed on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? I think my mother played a great deal in that, caring about me a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and my dad, before he dipped, he left me with a lot of jewels, bro. A lot of jewels.
Having a father is different. Last time we had Woody up here last time, and I made a statement talking about what it's like losing your mother. And I think people took it the wrong way with what I was saying, because it was like, oh, you know, losing your mother is the most painful thing. Because losing your father is also that, but our mother is, like you said, the one with the unconditional love, the one that you knew that was going to be there to unlock the door, right? And that doesn't mean that the father isn't equally as important, especially for a man. He becomes more important.
Right.
You know, so like, it's just that people don't understand. I didn't mean anything wrong when I said that, because I'm a father.
Well, a father is not equally as important. And it's imperative that we use the proper
Okay.
phraseology. Because a man and a woman is not equal. A mother and a father is not equal. What we are is balanced. We're balanced. We're not equals. Right?
Yeah.
And so we'll never be equally as important as the progenitor of the womb that incubated us into this world. You actually were one with your mother. You never was one with your dad. You was one with your mother. As you were inside of her, y'all was the same person. Any pain she felt, you felt. Any thought, negative, positive, you felt. Her chemical releases were yours. You were fed off of everything that she produced. When you came on the outside of her, she went through some excruciating pain, and that pain bonded you in a way that you can't have with your dad. It's impossible. When she pushed you out and she saw you first, and she had to breathe to get you there, and breached, and you came out, and then she held you, and then she fed you first. It's like, yeah, we can't catch up with that as dads. We're late bloomers, right? So here's the balance with a man. We're late bloomers. We don't even hit our stride until we turn 50. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
So you got something to look forward to. We don't hit our stride till we turn 50. A woman could be 16 with a damn child, bro. We don't even hit our stride till we turn 50. So what we are, we're for the legacy. That's why we go gray and we get wise, and we sit and we say, son, now. And we start to teach. We're for the latter part of the life. We bring the structure that the kid does not understand early. The kid, you can be in the life of your child in the house. The child will be 80% with the mother. If the mother goes upstairs, the child goes upstairs. Because there goes my vending machine. This is how I eat, Brody. You think you can't, you protect the house, you make sure nobody don't kill. A kid doesn't assimilate that shit. A kid don't know. So you don't become really, really valuable to your child until they start to become a man. And they're like, damn, yo, bro, my dad was cold. My dad was, we late heroes. Women are early heroes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's the beauty in our balance. But like, you know, Some women would kind of get, because you know, the
Yeah.
dad get big champion, but your mother is that intrinsic connection. You was
Yeah.
inside of her. You know what I'm
That's the
saying?
pain.
That's the
pain.
That's the pain, bro. You all put it like this. You could grow up never know your dad, and your sense of like putting it back together is a hard journey, but you be straight, right? If you got separated from your mother at birth and you never knew your mother, you'll never have a sense of self.
Yeah, you start off literally malnutrition.
Don't know where you come from. It's different when you like, I want to know my dad, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It could hurt. It could be, but like, you could have $10 billion, bro. You like don't know your mom. You like, I don't even know who I am. Who the fuck am? Who's the woman? Like, I came, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're literally without territory, not knowing your mama, bro. Women have that thing, like that's what makes them special.
Dope.
They have that over us. You know what I'm saying? And they also are biologically dominant to us. Just not physically, but they got that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Chromatically, they got that. Women they're special creatures, they are.
Absolutely.
Facts. That guy over here is spitting out those facts out here.
Women
The
are
intellect.
special.
The
They're special
intellect. We knew
creatures.
I knew what was going down when we had King Los in the building. The intellect, the thought process is gonna go with this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something that just like in the battles, because I was there, RBE, and you were battling, and I think somewhere in that battle you said something like, "You won't even catch this yet." And you looked at the crowd like, you ain't even catch this yet. You have to play it back to catch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm here for the replay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it does, though. Sometimes the people will have to sit back, listen to it again, and then again, and be like, damn, what he was saying was...
But that's how your life should be.
Yeah.
Your life shouldn't be full of instant gratification and make you a sucker. You know?
Yeah.
If your life was full of instant gratification, you'd be a sucker, bro. If every time you did something, motherfuckers...
Yeah.
Right.
Then now you just doing parlor tricks. Now you just like, you trying to get the next rise. You a sucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? You a sucker for attention. That's like whole shit.
Yeah.
You know, when your life has a delayed gratification, that means you're working towards edifying the validity of your being on this planet. And then after you're gone, the absence of your being makes people realize, like, oh shit, I didn't even, that's crazy, bro. That's what you want. Or you're not gonna last. You ain't gonna last. I said, when I die, don't cry. You know what I'm saying? Keep my feet on the ground by keeping my name alive. You know what I'm saying? That's how you keep me walking this earth. So my lyrics and all the intricate shit that I did, though it didn't get me like immediate fame, and though it may go over heads, right? I didn't get the instant gratification. They'll be studying me for the next 1,000 years. I'm fine.
Talk that shit.
I'll be here, nigga.
Talk that shit.
I'll be here. I'll be here.
So you almost ran away from it too soon, in my opinion. Right? Like I felt like, damn, he might have ran away from it too soon. When you
ran away from
when you first, because you mentioned this, right? You were taught not to take one piece of gum. And I believe that's what got you to skip the entire line, to go up there and get in there to be in making a band. Right? That, I'm grabbing 5 pieces of gum.
Right.
So all these motherfuckers in this line, I got my opportunity.
Yeah,
and I
walking
need
straight
to go
to the
get
front.
it. Yep. And you go in there, you win, get through it all, but you're like, nah, I'm not gonna do this. You walked away from all that, from winning, making the band. You could have been there. You could have been a part. You mentioned that. Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm taking a walk to go get that cheesecake.
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah. So when you walked away from that, you never felt like, damn, like did you ever think what would have happened if you would have stayed there?
Nah. When I make my mind up, my shit made up. Like I said, that's a part of my, so you can see like I could have been with Puff then. He called me after the fact. He's like, bro, you left the making the band, you murdered the auditions. He said, bro, I was about to base the whole shit around you. You were going to be the base, and I was going to base the whole shit. What the fuck is wrong? And I was like, bro, I'm not interested in being in no group. I never was. I was trying to get your attention so you could see how ill I was, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so, nah, I'm good. I told my mother, like, I ain't fucking with it. Literally walked away. I walked away from that. You know what I'm saying? 4 years later, I got a solo deal.
So you did the Dave Chappelle before Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. I inspired Chappelle, man. He watched all my yeah. Is Wayne Brady gonna have to slap a bitch? I walked away from that shit, bro. And I was, mind you, poor as fuck, nigga. Like I'm bro, I had mice, all types of shit in my crib. I was like you know what I'm saying? I didn't have nothing. But my integrity and like I don't compromise my shit for nobody, Brody. So yeah, I was like, nah, I ain't fucking with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like I had MTV in Baltimore in the hood. They came to do a story on me, the whole shit. Like it was about to go down. I'm like, nah, I never wanted to be in a group, bro.
Yeah.
That ain't my swing. I didn't want to be in it. I didn't want to be in a group. I'm not the type. Then, especially not, because I was really just on only alien mode. Now I kind of like balance out when I want to be an alien. But then I was just like, I couldn't be in no group, bro. I'd have been fighting every day, just the worst. Cause I
Yeah.
you know.
Now you obviously got into the music scene, had some very dope records out there. Were you concerned at all with like the commercial success ever?
Nope.
You never got drawn into that at all?
Nope, I never did, bro. There's an area where I feel like where like when you talk about regret, there's an area there where it's a really like, do I regret never really being fascinated with the commercial side of music? Man, that's a tricky one.
Because you're a creator.
I'm a creator. I'm a writer. So it's like, that's weird. But so the way my success was going, all people wanted me to do was freestyle. That's all they wanted. And lyrics. So by me getting a countrywide tour where I didn't even have to have a set list, it changed the trajectory of my career exponentially, bro. Because I get up there, I'm like, I got my little set list. And as soon as I come on stage, they're like, freestyle. They don't give a fuck. So the show is 45 minutes. The whole time they're chanting freestyle. Like, okay, I get it. Y'all just want me to, fuck it. Dude in the blue hat, nigga, you better move back. Fuck, why did you do that? Ooh, I better, you know what I'm saying?
He's doing it.
They're like, oh, shit. I know I want to
He's doing the thing.
Kids is going crazy. Yo, I see you tank top.
Everybody got a blue hat on
You know
because
what
I
I'm
believe
saying?
it could be happening live.
Nah, but you feel me though.
Yeah.
But that's how it was. So like getting to mesmerize people like that, I don't know if that's ever really been done. It did that countrywide on a tour, you know? And then I would have like these cypher tours where I would go to like these different like boutique stores that sold high-end sneakers and shit. And they would be like 200 kids would pack in the store, and then we would have like people would book me all over. So it's like when you're doing that shit, you getting money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You forgot that there's a commercial world out there because you're like a god amongst men. You know? You forget that shit, bro. Mind you, then I went on tour with Kid Ink. Then I went on tour with MGK. So they had the commercial side, and I had my side, and we came together, and it's like all these venues were sold out. So we doing 3,000 for like, you know? So I was having that type of success without really the commercialized idea.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's one that I think about, because you know what people were starting to say? He can't make a song to save his life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Do y'all want to know the shit I wrote for motherfuckers? Because back then it was like ghostwriting. You couldn't say nothing.
Yeah.
Now my name is on them credits, nigga.
Yeah.
I got my pub. You know what I'm saying? I'm building my catalog.
Paperwork.
But back then it was like they didn't want people to know that they wrote for them. But I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I could make the fuck out of a song. I thought y'all never cared. And my fans would say shit like, yo, never blow up. Please never blow up. Because
Yeah.
they wanted me to stay
in the darkness.
Stay this guy.
Yeah.
Stay in the fucking dark, man. Be this guy. Don't blow up because you're going to blow up. You're going to change. Your music is going to get commercial. So they would shun if I did anything that even had a commercial, right? If it had a fucking cadence.
Yeah. That's how I used to feel about Joe Budden. I'm like, I never want this dude to get in a positive relationship.
It's you motherfuckers. It's motherfuckers like you. Okay, y'all the evil fan niggas.
Yeah.
Who y'all
You keep fighting your girl.
Y'all like, yeah. I heard motherfuckers say, who did they just it's some artists, they were like, oh shit, somebody's heartbroken. We about to get an album. Yes. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
This dude is going through he's going through turmoil right now, y'all.
Yeah.
They're like, no, y'all don't get it. Heartbreak such and such is the best such and such.
Yeah.
And so like for me, it was like that. They didn't want me to do nothing commercial, bro. They was like, man, fuck that commercial shit. No, like they were literally riot and picket.
You also offered something different. And we spoke about him earlier, right? Like I don't know how to say it because there's battle rap that you're into now, and we'll get into that in a minute. But you have a different level of entertainment in your music and what you're able to do. You're able to walk into a room with the battle rap, right? And captivate a crowd. You take the whole crowd and you kind of implement them into what you're doing. We spoke about Harry Mack.
Yeah.
And what he does.
Yeah.
I feel like you are a different genre in rap.
Yeah, I would agree.
You know what I mean? It's not, you can't really say that because you could go across the globe freestyling.
Yeah, I could do it right now. I could go across. Well, no, freestyle right now?
Yeah. I'm gonna call you out on the spot. Like you guys. I just felt like it got called out right there.
Nigga, drop a beat. Nigga, what is you talking about?
Nigga,
drop a beat.
I got the YouTube ready right now.
Man, drop a beat. What is this guy talking about, Brody, bro?
Came with it.
Nigga gonna threaten me with a good time.
There we go.
On, man. Drop a beat, man.
Let me
what you
get
talking about? What are you talking about, man?
I got you. Listen, all I'm doing is just so you know, I do this a lot. I'll jump immediately on YouTube and I just pick a rapper, I pick type beat and I go. There's no, whenever we did this, we don't bullshit, so we just go right at
I
it.
could give a fuck, bro.
So whatever it is, it is. Throw that shit up.
Now you know you got a job, right? I'm putting you to work now.
Okay.
Since you want to put me to work.
USB on? The Bluetooth? Yeah.
So y'all motherfuckers gotta throw me words, all right?
Yeah, I got you.
Shit.
Here's the rule.
I remember what it's like.
Here's the rule.
I'm listening.
You can't say the same word twice.
Okay.
That's the rule.
Got it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
be on time with your word, okay?
Yeah.
If you get stumped and you can't be on time with your word, you're out. Okay? And you can't say the same word twice.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Kick it off. You can start now. Darkness. I'm about to part this sea like Moses. Matter of fact, this beat is cool. I'm happy you chose this. Where you at? It's your turn. You waiting too long. You gonna sit and learn. No, I just took your shit. Wonder, why would you say that when that's the shit that I said? Was that a playback way back in the conversation? I said it earlier.
Grateful.
You said that shit. I'm grateful that I'm scarier than anybody you ever seen as an MC. You shouldn't say the words that I said. That might tempt me. It's your turn. You said be kind. He said graceful. Hold on, be kind of graceful. That's kind of tasteful. Let me lace you. Hold on. Let me replace you and make you be happy that you was faithful. Now here's where I take you to another level. Couldn't hear that word. You said
Strong.
You said strong. You took too long to say it. I couldn't even put it in the song. So is it right if I write down the words and write my wrongs? Hold on, I've been doing this shit so long, it's like pain. It's infectious. Everything that came out of my brain, I'm insane. I've been in the lane since listening to Wayne. I said squad up. Everything I do, I'm toting things. I'm in the range. I'm hopping out that range. Seeing so much pain that it was strange. Where the fuck are you at? I see your grin is from your chin to your fucking ear. Did you say top? Because if you said top and I added an S, then would you stop? No, that was crazy. You see the way I took that shit encrypted.
Mastery.
I flipped it. He said mastery. That word was tragically not fascinating enough for me, but my mastery is what I'm gonna do it. Look, the master key fits in all locks, nigga, masterfully. Look at how I did that shit. COVID had me so sick, they put on the mask for me. Every time they ask for me, I shoot up the whole crowd and lead them niggas casualties and then walk off casually with a casualty. Shit costs like 100 though. Every time I run the flow, what nigga really want it though? Hold on, from 0 to 100, you don't really want it. Know what's happening now? These niggas is just chilling in the fucking background without shit to say. I could do an answer to every poem, and I could do the poem in a stanza, and everybody knows who's the boss like Tony.
Dancer.
Dancer, this nigga is crazy. He over the beat like a dancer. I'm lyrically inserting my words like cancer. Here's the answer to any S. Did you say kilo?
Tequila.
This nigga said tequila. I said his bitch is so fine, I might Keela. Hold on, let me get a kilo, cause tequila and kilo is the same thing. Think about it, nigga. Don't fool me, bro.
Sober.
Get it? Tequila. I said it. That's Don Julio.
Sober.
He said sober. If the Don Julio is open, nigga, it's over. I used to have LL on a poster. I took 2 L's, smoked the Cool J on the sofa. Shit was way different. Lyrical roller coaster. Over the shoulder with the holster. Let out the toaster like an echo. Let go my echo. Hold on, where did the word go? I got the flow.
Planet. Planet.
You said planet? Remember that one Super Bowl with Justin Timberlake and Janet? When she put out her titty, that's how I am, unveiling myself upon the city. This is the lyrical committee. Other rappers are shitty. Pity that you would be like that, my nigga. Look at me. Smitty was
Role
the nigga
models.
that made the beat. You said role models. Listen, I'm so fly, I bring my bro models and let them pick it. And when I'm at the club, I buy my own bottles. Damn, what happened? Your beat ended. Woo.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. I see what's
What's
going
happening?
on here. I see what's happening here. Let me pull my socks up.
You wasn't giving enough words, bro. You was too mesmerized, bro.
Yeah,
Where we
I'm
at?
intrigued. That's
Where we at?
Tragedy.
dope.
Yeah, tragedy. Hold on. That's actually the words that you said last time, motherfucker. That was masterfully put in. Hold on. You didn't say that?
Nope.
Okay, well, Pat say Jack, that was Jeopardy. Nigga, the mental to telepathy is just a step of me. This is just a recipe. Can you cook now? Did you say what?
Grow.
This nigga said grow. He got 1 syllable words. How could I implement that in a flow? You don't know? Remember Brandon Lee in that movie, Crow? Remember? Bro, hold on.
Masterpiece.
Masterpiece. This is the master's feast. Hey, you can get the crumbs after me. You eat when the master eat. Half your seat, you split in half. Cause I do this shit masterfully. Remember that word that was tragedy? Look at me now, and it's assault and battery.
Tremors.
Did you say tremors?
The night.
Paralysis.
Tremors of the night. That ain't even right. This is like October. This is the fright. I'ma put it inside of the fight. This is the lyrical delight. Rappers delight. Remember that thing that was tight? Hold on, these MCs is light, like MC Light.
Boxing.
It said boxing. This is the lyrical unboxing of a nigga who got a gift that's never ending and never stopping. Watch YouTube. We could do it on the channel. Listen, this is your first interview with a superhuman motherfucking man.
Award show.
Yeah, award show. We should call this shit here the board show. Cause if you had more words, you could score more like it was Scrabble. Matter of fact, we can take it back to the battle. You wanted me to do that on your fucking channel. I don't really think you can do it. I could light both ends of a fucking candle. I am fire in every way that you can see it. Did you say computer or did you say producer? Or did you say I could be the producer of the show? Did he leave? Was that the producer? Hold on. Let me bring it back. Cause then I confuse you. 2 producers. That's all I need to make 2 beats. Cause rappers get 2 beats and then they get 8. That was 4 times 2. I did that shit straight.
Baltimore.
Hold on. 16. You said Baltimore. Middle finger to all of y'all. Cause nobody in this room can stop me, nigga. I'ma do it. Landed on my property, nigga. Landed property,
Hollywood.
nigga. You said Hollywood. Listen, I do this shit and I'm highly good. I do what they think they probably could, but they don't. But I really think they probably should. If they really had the skill I had, if they really was as real as me.
Generations.
Wu-Tang Killer B for generations, they feeling me. You see how I paused and waited for you to put the word in the middle? That's called intuition. I see what you're gonna say just a little. See, it's really easy for me. I've been doing this shit since ABC. Matter of fact, I do this shit masterfully. Hey, I'm only here because you asked for me. Hey, and this is how it's going down. Hey, take another rebel. I'm gonna take another level. Everybody know, I'm digging with the shovel. Hold on, motherfucker, we gonna take it to another level. We gonna take the jeweler, how he put around my bezel. Yeah, and I got the pearls on. Yeah, hey, I'll probably put your girl on. Hey, we could do this shit like the motherfucking pennant. I could
Assassination.
Yeah, assassination. I got a good imagination. And when I get locked into the flow, I really get the fascination. Hey, your tattoos was cool. Did that nigga use concentration? They don't even know that.
Mortal Kombat.
Hey, Mortal Kombat. Let's go to war. Let's go to combat. Yeah, I'm really on that. I bombed the house where your fucking mom's at. Yeah. Then I pull off the block in a Tomcat.
Yeah.
Look. He proved his point. And which I knew he
Plenty
would.
of time.
And this is what I used to do when I was younger. I would sit there and I'd be like, yo, gotta watch this video. And back then it was different when we were, by the way, fine.
Oh, thank you.
I'm here trying not to rhyme with him.
Yeah. By the way,
with me, baby,
like,
rap with me.
Back
You gotta get in with me.
Word.
Back in the day when I was listening to this, like it was a different YouTube back then. It was a lot different than what it is right now for everyone. Right. Like it didn't even load up as quick, so you had to wait. You know what I mean? You had to wait a few minutes, for it to go. Like, no, I'm telling you, when you watch this, and I'm giving them basically the breakdown of everything that's about to happen when they watch this. But a lot of it was throwing words. I had the conversation with you earlier. I said the difference between Los and what these other people are doing was, it was real. It's something like I said. I believe you truly can entertain the world that way, in a way that Harry Mack does. What's your opinions on Harry Mack?
First and foremost, Harry Mack is ill as fuck. I like the way he utilizes his intellectual capacity, his ability to retain the words that he's been given, then implement those words into a rhyme in a very witty and charismatic way. It shows a lot about his level of mastery, right? Right, but at the same time, he's also exposing a format, right? A structure, and so for kids to come and people, after him, they're going to be able to scale that. Because these new kids are aliens. They're on the internet all day.
Yeah.
Right? And so for them to tap into that, there's a technique. And when I'm like doing the shit that I'm doing, really, there's like no fucking technique. I'm just like, whatever, like if, I don't know, I'm just going off of the energy that's around. I'm just like, right. So there's a different type of thing. And there's also a different reveal when he's revealing the word that you gave him. When it's finally time for that to happen, you're already excited. You're like, oh shit, he said my word, right? I'm saying it in a way where I might say something witty in the middle, and you didn't even catch the bar, and then I'll double back later. I'll re-say the shit again and say, right? I'm bringing you back. So like, I'm all over the fucking place with the way I do it. And every time I watch Harry Mack, I'm like, bro, this dude is perfect, right? He's literally like perfect.
Yeah, you almost watch waiting like, all right, there's no way he's going to do it today.
Nah, he's perfect, bro. I know he's going to do it every time. I'm just like, how's he going to do it this time? Yeah. Right? He's like fucking perfect, right? Right? Me and Harry Mack actually tight. That's my boy.
Okay, I was about to ask that.
Yeah, it's my boy. He's perfect, right? I'm like not perfect, but like I'm not trying to be perfect. Like the laughs, the moments in the middle, the fucking like me antagonizing, playing back and forth, like all that shit, it gives a different element to what I do. So like when I was doing it with Sway, that's the first shit that went viral, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
When I walked out of there,
you did the 5 Fingers of Death one?
I did the 5 Fingers of Death freestyle.
Yeah.
And so when I walked out of there, right, I was like, oh man, I just dropped the ball with with Sway. I was kind of upset.
The hyenas.
I was upset.
How so?
Because I didn't perform to my real lyrical prowess.
I see.
I didn't. But the takeaway wasn't my lyricism. The takeaway was what we just created in this moment.
Yeah.
There's this excitement. There's this on the spot spontaneity.
It's happening.
There's this fucking energy. And like I'm literally pulling, right? And then you're challenging me because you're saying shit, trying to get me kind of off center, but at the same time, you're like, okay, I want to make sure I got a word every time. So like I'm putting like the combination of me putting that pressure on you as an MC, you throwing a word at me, like, and you're trying to lock in, and then I'm like antagonizing, we're going back and forth. That's a different thing. And so that energy is like almost combative, and that's almost like a duel, but it's like we share a moment. And so that's what people took from the me and Sway thing. Sway actually wrote down all these words because he was like, I'm going to stump you. So he was saying crazy shit, and then his list like ran out. And then he was just throwing shit out. And so that's the thing that people take like from my freestyles and how I can come up with punchlines right there and then like do it like, so me and Harry Mack got two different styles, and I'm glad because that gives two different facets of this freestyle thing to the kids that's watching and to the people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Word.
That's a good thing.
You're creative with it. You did now jumping into battle rap, right? Do you feel that you've ever lost a battle? You yourself, not what you think the world thinks. Two questions. Here.
When I battled Ill Will, I think that was the first time when I felt like I might have not did enough. And then when I watched the fucking, because Ill Will is just, man, oh my God, bro. Ill Will is, bro, he's so good. Oh, he's good, man. Boy, good. I'm gonna give a man his props. And in the room, he was so masterful. He was like putting on a fucking show. And he was being masterful and I was being technical. And technical doesn't always win in the room. So at first I was like really feeling like, damn, bro, maybe I should have been louder. Maybe I should have did all these things because his performance was crazy. And then when the people was like leaving the comments, when like the people were saying that like, I was seeing a lot of like people in favor of me. 2-1 this way. I'm like, what? People was in the room chanting 3-0 when I was in the room. Like I had got smoked like that.
Yeah.
So that's a lot to be on your mind. Like, damn, did I get smoked, nigga? What the fuck? Like I gotta watch this battle back. Then you don't get to see it till the shit come out. So it'd be like, right? And so when it came out,
that's what kind of intrigues me about battle rap is the way it's received in person is one way versus how it looks on the pay-per-view at home or at my desk when I'm watching this thing.
Because you get to rewind it, you get to analyze it, you get to bring it back. In the moment, it's about sensation, right? So there's a such thing as skill, and then there's a such thing as sensation. You could be sensational and not have as much skill. You could be skillful and not be as sensational. Sensation just means what I can feel, right? So if I'm saying all this over technical shit that's interwoven with other shit, it may not be sensational, right? You may not feel it, but if you get to listen to it 3 times, 4 times, and you start discovering the Easter eggs and the nuggets in that shit, like I listened back to the Ill Will battle recently, and I was like, I was cooking. And I hate to even watch my battles. I watched that shit and I was like, oh my God, dang, I cooked like that? What the fuck? And because I had so much Easter eggs and so many hidden things. Back to the instant gratification. It wasn't instantly gratified. It was over time. And when I forgot that when I was writing that shit, I wrote it because I said, yo, I want this battle for me to unfold over time.
You look like a wizard.
Sir, I'll have you know. I'll have you know that I have my hands in a lot of because music is, like I said, words are spells, bro.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking on that level.
You even move like it though. You're just like,
yeah,
you're putting pieces together. You're looking out there. You're like, I'm putting this with this here.
You can see it.
It's the way I think. It's the way I think. It's the way I
Here you
think,
go,
bro.
yeah.
It's the way I think, man. I think that's my uniqueness and that's my strength. But like, yeah, bro. So I don't feel like I lost that battle, but I don't feel like I smoked Ill Will. I don't feel like no shit like that. I don't feel like I lost, but I don't feel like if he doesn't feel like he lost it. Like, I think sometimes the people win.
Yeah.
And I think for his level of performance and genius in that battle, that everybody who loves Ill Will, they got the Ill Will they wanted.
Yeah.
And then everybody who loves King Los,
They got the King.
they got the King Los that they fuck with. And that's not on no cliche shit. You know what I'm saying?
Now, a friend of the show has never lost a battle, but you mentioned you battled him before, right?
He's never lost a battle?
Never, not once. Mr. 3004 and 0. Cassidy.
Oh, Cass?
Yeah, so how did that go?
Man, Cass is just a legend, bro. You gotta love Cass, man. That nigga's a legend, bro. Yeah, we battled in the park. Cass don't remember.
Really?
Well, that's what he said. He said he didn't remember.
I mean, how could he remember? There's 3,000 battles.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know how he could not remember? I could tell you. Because when motherfuckers don't matter to you, you don't keep them, right? He absolutely mattered to me at that time because he was infectious like that. That was Cass. You know what I'm saying? So like you could battle motherfuckers and not remember them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you could fuck a girl.
It's Cassidy.
You could fuck a girl and not remember her, bro. Years later, you be like, huh? What? Vanessa? And she be like, oh my God, we ate dinner. We talked all night. You be like, bitch, I don't even remember you. Okay, yeah, nice to see you.
Girls do that shit all the time. They be like,
yeah,
he ain't count.
Right, he ain't count. So you know what I'm saying? I ain't really chipping off this Cash shit. We battled. It was an ill battle. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to bring it up because like when I brought it up the first time when I spoke on it, and when bro was like, yo, I don't even remember this nigga, like type shit, you know, Cash. Yeah. And I was like, all right, bro, because I didn't even want it to be no weird energy, the internet was like, why you making up you battle Cass? And I'm like, nigga, what? Like, you know who I am? I'm not making up, but so it's cool, bro. It's cool because I'm cool with Cass.
A friend of the show, so he wouldn't even, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but I'm like cool with Cass. It's just not even a like, you know what I'm saying? It's like if a motherfucker tell me like, yo, I don't remember, it ain't happened. Like I'm never talking about it.
Yeah, word.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because then I'm just hyper sensationalizing the moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it could look. Yeah.
I got another close friend of the show though.
But ask Swiss when you see Swiss.
That's a good person to ask.
No, ask Swizzy.
Another close friend is J.R. Writer.
Yo, J.R. Writer. Shout out to Writer, bro.
And you had
I think Writer said the same shit.
He doesn't remember?
I swear to God, I think Writer said the same shit. Shout out to Writer.
That battled a lot of people.
Shout out to Writer, bro. Yo, 104 Fifth and Lennox, Luke Habrazi, the whole, you know what I'm saying? They called me B More. It ain't like I was King Los back then.
Yeah.
They was like, yo, B More. And I was battling. I battled Uncasa. Uncasa remember me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga Uncasa. Uncasa another nasty. He was nasty.
We actually a member of our team is Fred Money, which is J.R. Writer's brother.
Oh, word. Okay, that's fire.
So he specifically, you know what I mean? So he knows.
Yeah, yo, I always thought Writer too. I just always thought his pen was like supreme.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I always thought his pen was like a little more advanced. Like he was the new age of that Dipset shit. And his shit was the new advanced. Like he just had a way with words. You know what I'm saying? So shout out Writer, man.
How did that battle go?
I think we just was rapping forever. Just rapping forever. Just too rapidy ass. Too many lyrics we just rapping. Like on 104 Fifth. He probably don't remember, nigga. Like we battled, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it was like, yo, if you got bars, yo,
step
Luke Abrazi calling out, yo, come, yo, this nigga down here talking about he rap. Right? And then like we just going back and forth in that battle, Uncasa, and like everybody had bars. Cause remember, back then, no, niggas had bars. The metaphors, the shit was like different. And the talk was different. Like that era, the talk was different. Like I remember Uncasa had on the Techno Marine. It was iced out. He had an iced out Techno Marine. And so he was talking, like Uncasa talked that big fly teriyaki bins and he say crazy shit. And so like back then it was the animated hype. Like I remember this shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them though. Shout out to them. You know, they legends for, you know, where we come from type shit, for the culture.
We got Head Ice, Ill Will,
Ice,
DNA, Daylyt. You mentioned what went on with Ill Will, but who do you feel like you were, like even, you know, pre-game throughout the entire process? Which one do you feel like was the most challenging? Is it Ill Will?
Most challenging Be more specific.
Who do you feel like made you shake the most
Like in battle or
in battle? The whole process, like you're about to battle this guy, and which one made you feel a specific way?
being completely honest, none of them.
Mm.
None of them. I'll tell you who I thought would though. I thought Daylyt was gonna smoke me. You know?
Yeah.
I thought Light was gonna smoke me. You know what I'm saying? And I was ready to just go get smoked by Light. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I think that Light has a place that he can go that no one can go.
Yeah, he
Like
is.
like honestly. Yo, dude is so cold, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple people in battle rap that get into that unfuckwittable mode. You know, like Tay-Rock is another one of them dudes who just like, he gets into a certain mode and you can't beat him at the shit he does.
Leave that man alone.
Leave him alone. Like Daylyt is one of them niggas. You know, you got like Nitty is the type of guy like that. Lux.
You know who I feel was really impressive last year was Big K.
Oh yeah, Big K is tough. Big K gets into a pocket, but also like Frozenberg. Like he gets into a little bag. It reminds me of back in the day, the Philly flow.
Yeah.
But like you got a couple dudes who like they really like go crazy. Like I think New Jersey Twerk gets into a space sometime where it's like, bro, you ain't gonna beat that shit. But then it was like Surf was like just like, you know, who's beating that? Who's beating Surf because he's coming with all the levels? Then you got like Charlie Clips, like a Focus Clips is like you're not beating that.
Yeah.
Verb had his moment too where it was like everything he's saying is too much. You know what I'm saying?
We had at one point we did 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? We did Dizaster,
Diz had that shit.
Clips, and Arsenal.
Yeah,
back to back.
Arsenal too had got into a space too where it was like, and he was coming with when the disrespect was like the superpower, and he was like, and he said it was like, bro, how you gonna beat these guys are characters now of themselves, and it's like, bro, you're not beating this nigga in full-fledged disrespect mode. You're not beating that guy.
Who do you want to battle?
I don't really want to battle nobody. Like I'm not really like I don't got nobody.
Straight.
I really don't.
There's nowhere you see a challenge.
No. I see a challenge in every last person I've mentioned.
So to challenge yourself, where you going? I want to know two things, right?
To challenge myself?
Where are you gonna battle at? And who are you battling?
You talking about like for the challenge? I think every last person that I battled was a crazy challenge. I just don't think I don't think that they gave me the 3 rounds of death that I know they got in them. You know what I'm saying?
Is it because you're so unorthodox?
Put it like this. My battle against these niggas ain't they best battle. Daylight's best battle to me is him versus Tay-Rock. Them 3 rounds, it's like if he'd have gave me 3 of them, I'd have left. I'd have texted that nigga, fuck you, nigga. I don't have to put up with this shit, nigga. I don't have to put up with this. I don't have to.
It might be tougher because you, like what you talked about earlier, being like righteous, right? Like it might be a little bit tougher because you don't really have the same shit that they got out about them.
Everything about me that somebody can say, I know. Like the next nigga I battle, they 1000% gonna say Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I already says like, because what else you gonna say?
Right.
I've been with my wife 17 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm family man. Like I'm holistic vegan, fucking like herbal. Like I don't really got no shit on me. I ain't really got no shit on me.
Yeah.
The other shit, Ill Will had mentioned some shit. It was the only shit that you could say about me. So Head Ice was talking Diddy. You know, I knew me and Daylyt was going to go scientific. You know, I knew we was going to do that. I just I just really thought he was going to be like, I thought that he was going to like, just like,
pour it on.
I thought that shit. I was afraid. I was actually afraid of Daylyt pre our battle because he was calling me and I didn't want to talk to him because I'm like, I'm trying to prepare my mind.
Yeah.
But I'm like, bro, you're not about to rock me to sleep, like, yo, call me every day, and then like you get on stage and just dismay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
Like we were friends.
Like, bro,
Yeah,
like,
I
what
wouldn't
the-
trust anybody prior to a battle.
I didn't trust Daylyt, and that made him like not want to be my friend because like he was like, damn, this nigga's being weird. Like, I was like, you don't understand. That was a lot of pressure because I knew that me and him would be like the style clash for real. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really. Remember, Head Ice was supposed to be Daylyt the first time. It got canceled. My first battle was supposed to be Daylyt, bro.
Yeah, that would have been.
And then it was Head Ice. That could have went totally different. If I'd have got Quill, and so yeah, all these dudes though, like I don't sleep on none of these guys, bro. I fear them all to a degree as great MCs, but like in the midst of the battle, I don't feel like anybody that I battled gave me the best battle that I've seen from them. Like I've seen these niggas go God mode, and they didn't necessarily go God mode on me.
So let's put you in the room with a freestyle battle off the top. Like we said, there's different levels of freestyling.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's put you in the room with
DNA,
Dizaster,
Charlie Clips.
and Daylyt. Who's coming out of there victorious from the freestyle?
Probably Clips. If it's battle, Clips, probably then DNA. But then Diz is crazy too, because Diz is like, Diz is crazy too. I don't know. But Charlie Clip, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Charlie Clips came up here and he freestyled, and it was just like
turned
it
on.
sounded like they were.
So here's Diz's thing. Diz can give you like these multi-syllabic, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And do it
saying?
in 6 different languages.
And he's like the fucking Peter Pan, the door, the Peter, the door. Like he can get into this thing, and you're like,
Rubik's
what?
Cube.
He can freestyle, and like. But the thing I think about Clip, because again, Diz is so complex. It's not just like you receive what he's saying. I've seen a lot of shit Diz say go over heads, bro. He's a really complex dude. He's really rapped a lot of shit to be unfolded for the years to come. He's got a lot of capsule shit.
And then he can't breathe. for
But
shit.
Charlie Clips has mastered the fucking element
Yeah.
of mother. Well, that's a part of his character
Yeah, I know.
with the Diz. Fucking. And then he gets really mad.
Yeah.
Yo, he says, yo, shout
crowd
out to
is-
Diz. Just
yeah,
shout out to the
yeah.
the
Crowd
person.
thing
Diz is his character, battle rap character is fucking. I hope they make a battle rap video game and these dude and you have the characters
Yeah,
to
that
fight
should
with.
be fine.
I'm definitely using Diz.
Yeah. I know
But-
Charlie Clips in that battle, they actually put it in the contract for him not to be able to freestyle.
Not to
during
freestyle because they didn't want him to bullshit.
Yeah.
They want him to rap. And that's the thing. He'll freestyle a whole round and you won't know.
Yeah.
And so Clips is good at making a punchline and rebuttal. So he'll be like, oh, you said what? Well, that was crazy because when I took the thing from before and you see the girl right there with the red hair and the boo and the late, and he'll do a punch. He'll be like, yo, what?
Yeah.
DNA is like a crowd hype. If there's a crowd and a DNA freestyling, it's over with.
Cadence.
Because these niggas like, hold on, what is it? And you said you just, and he'll, so it's like DNA, Diz, yeah. them
Well, that's
niggas
one of
just-
my favorite battles is watching DNA and Dizaster go back and forth.
Yeah. Yo, but Clips, I think he mastered the art of like this simplistic way.
Yeah, it's got a crazy flow to it too. He's
He's
got
got
like
he's got the
Biggie
cadence,
flow,
bro.
you
He's
know, and
got
it's
that
just
fucking way of doing it, bro.
And it hits. It hits.
Yeah,
and
he's
it
in it.
hits.
And it's like, bro, he's so confident in his freestyle and the way he does it, bro.
Yeah.
Battle. Now, if we in a room and we just freestyling, I'm smoking all them niggas, nigga.
Okay.
I
I'm
was waiting
smoking
for it.
all my peers. I love all them niggas, but I'm smoking them niggas. If you cut on a beat, I'm gonna rap for 52 days straight, nigga. And I'm talking about I can get into an alien fucking bag of I've actually done it. Look at who was in the studio when I did it.
You mean like
Daylyt,
catching a flow state or talking about
look at
aliens?
all them niggas in the room. It's on YouTube. And I start freestyling. They were all throwing words. Lux was there, bro. All them niggas, they was in the room. I started going crazy and I started freestyling. I get into that type of bag, bro. I can just do that. So I got my specialty. They got their specialty. Stay out my lane, niggas. I'm gonna stay out y'all niggas' lane because y'all geniuses to me. But if y'all notice, I do not really freestyle during battles. I did it once with Head Ice.
Yeah.
as a rebuttal because he kept trying to say this stuff. And I just did a little thing. But I don't really freestyle during battles. That's not like something that I'm really trying to do. Chef Trez. He's a great battle freestyler. Mr. 3 of them things. He'll give you 3. He's great at that.
3 straight rounds.
No, 3 straight rebuttals. Like
Okay.
you say, you'll
okay.
say some shit. He'll rebuttal 3. Like Chef Trez is really good at that shit too. Hope I'm not leaving nobody else can't think about right now, but Chef Trez is really good at that shit.
You got your music. You got your battle. You got the creativity, the writing for other rappers, the executive producing albums, putting shit together. Which one do you love the most?
I love my music the most. I started doing the other shit by default. I didn't really want to necessarily, but at times you got to put in that work and you got to prove yourself worthy in certain circles, you know. And like, for instance, I wrote 2 songs on Usher's album, right? With the help of some other writers, but I was there to have a meeting for my music with Mark Pitts. And I played him my music, and as I was playing Mark Pitts my music, Usher walked in. So Usher walks in, he listens to my music. Usher's like, oh shit, this shit is crazy. So I walk into the next room with Usher, Zaytoven is there. Right? And I'm like, yo, what y'all doing? He's like, yo, we're working on Usher's album. He played the beat. I immediately start writing the song in my fucking head. Right? And then I told Usher, I'm like, Usher, come here, look. Usher's like, oh. He start flowing. Then a couple other people and they start flowing, and everybody gets together, and then we start making a contribution together as a team. Next thing you know, I got one Usher thing down. I come back another day, work with another talented group of writers that was in there. We all coming up, and then we do the birthday record. You know what I'm saying? So I come back the next day, Usher cut the birthday record. I hear his vocals. I'm like, oh. So I didn't plan that. I was there for my shit, keeping it thorough. You know what I'm saying? But I end up getting 2 placements on the Zaytoven Usher project.
That's fine.
So you know what I'm saying? I'm not really per se the niggas jumping out my body just trying to go right for motherfuckers. I keep it real with you. I could have wrote for a lot more people than I have, and I've written for a lot of people.
Yeah. And what are you working on right now? You told me that you're working
on
something right now.
You want to drop an exclusive?
I'm ready to drop an exclusive.
Guys, drop an exclusive?
I'm definitely down to drop an exclusive.
I like that, baby.
All right, fuck it, bro.
You tell me.
I'm doing an album right now with Justice League.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
So that's why you're out here.
And I'm executive producing an album while I'm out here too for somebody else. But I'm doing an album with Justice League.
Fire.
Yeah. And it's
I was actually recently in the studio watching some of their work with Conway the Machine.
Yeah. They was telling me that the Conway project is ridiculous.
King of New York.
Yeah. So if you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know.
Yeah.
You know how those dudes is coming. You know what they about, their sound, the richness of it.
And locking in. They got a whole different setup for you.
Yeah, and it's musical, it's hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's time to, I think, be produced and collaborate with such a great team of producers. You know what I mean? And so I was honored at the notion of doing a complete project with them dudes, man.
That's fire. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah. So
when are we looking at for a release?
I'm not sure yet, but I wanted to drop a mixtape this summer beforehand. A mixtape called "Can't Wait to See You," and it's just like a rekindling of the. It's a love story, so it's like a rekindling of my lost love. It's my version of heartbreak, and it's just singing and expressing, but it's like rap too.
Dope.
But it's just like more melodic, "Can't Wait to See You."
Yeah.
As a mixtape for the summer, as a little palette
Fire.
Like for the summer, it's got some fire records on there, some dope shit. We not get too heavy with the, you feel me? But
yeah.
that's like just the warm up for
That's dope.
the Justice League album, which is called The Villains Rejoice.
I'm talking about a villain, right? 2013.
Yeah.
A villain came out by the name of Kendrick Lamar, made a Crazy Control record. When that record came out, there was a lot of responses.
Yeah.
Kendrick crowned you as one of those top responses.
I actually have that response too. I actually have the audio.
Really?
Yeah. It's in my trailer for my
Fire.
thing that's coming.
Fire.
But yeah, yeah, Kendrick. It's funny because they didn't even they asked Kendrick about these other people who responded.
Joe Budden.
Yeah, I think Papoose,
Yeah, Papoose.
Fab, a
Yeah.
couple people. And they didn't mention me, you know. I just like to say I'm shocked and appalled at how much I'm not mentioned when it comes to the lyrical aspects of like what I do, you know? Because I'm like widely revered.
I feel like a lot of the great ones aren't when you think about that, right? Because I also
It's
would say the
weird
same thing
shit.
for Black Thought. I think he's left out a lot of conversations.
Not of peer review.
Exactly.
Peer review is what matters. I'm saying peer review, like not just peer, because peer review, I get that, right? Right. But I'm saying like when it comes to the publications or it comes to the things like my peers, so that's how Kendrick spoke. That's like peer review, right? In real time. They're like, yo, who did the best thing? And they don't even mention me. These platforms, the audacity, like they don't mention me. And Kendrick, who's giving peer review, it's like, nah, King Los. I think Los killed it. Los had the best response. And it was like, they didn't even say, okay, well, Los, and then delved it. Like the people, they just didn't have like if he would have said, yo, Fab or Papoose, or they would have like, okay, so
Yeah,
Papoose,
layers.
they would have went layers. But it's like, damn, bro, what's up with y'all? But peer review, come on, we know we talking here.
From the man himself.
We know we talking here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Now
he gave me that love.
Now it seems like he reached like Super Saiyan mode, right? With this whole Drake beat. Do you feel like I know you got an ego, I know you're confident. We spoke about all the things that you do have, right?
Uh-huh.
Put a record out right now. If you're in a battle with records, you feel like you could fuck with Kendrick Lamar right now?
With records as far as like
The diss records.
making like a hit record or
A
like
diss record.
or just like a diss record.
A diss record.
I don't know. I think it's a catch-22 because we know that Kendrick has the ability to make a hit. If Kendrick can make the diss record a hit record, I don't know who can survive that. No, but if we just saying put on a motherfucking Alchemist beat and go stupid, no one on planet Earth is out rapping me, bro. No nigga with skin. I'm telling you,
It's one skill.
I have not even realized or accessed my maximum potential. I've never been backed into the place and I've lyrically exceeded abundantly mad people on planet Earth, bro. You know, any nigga, it'll be so ugly for them if on that scale of rap, right? And like, but like the ability to turn around and make a hit and make a number one and make it a disc, I don't know if that's my bag, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real shit. Like, dog, for that shit to be as big as it is and have that effect, you got to know something about like the way he wrote the beat, the way he, you know what I'm saying? Like beat folk, teach folk, pen and paint. Like that shit is not easy to do, bro.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's another reason why people praise Drake. The ability to make these hits is like there's a coded language into how they ride the beat, how everybody's screaming the lyrics at a certain point. Bro, that's not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm definitely the lyrical nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like that shit, I'm not saying I'm finna make a hit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm focusing on making a hit if it's up. And if it's up, I might make some shit that cannot be dissected.
Alien mode. Yeah.
Bro, I might make some shit that cannot be dissected. I might fuck myself out of the
But
battle.
that would be good because of that, right?
But I'm just the
Kendrick would
type, bro.
Understand.
I might
Yeah.
I might overdo it. Like I might just right,
Yeah,
but because like I'm gonna go for broke, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sit down and make that hit and make that smash, bro. Because it seems like that's what takes the shit to a whole nother stratosphere, bro. Because now everybody's singing your demise and they're happy. Like imagine everybody happy.
So you
So
spoke about
a motherfucker
surviving.
might get me up out of here if they make that motherfucking hit, that smash, and everybody's like,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck you, King Low.
the cool
Fuck
thing
you,
is to
King
say
Low.
that.
Like if that's the shit, I'm like, oh shit. But like it was just like lyrics, like just like
Yeah.
and breaking and and like doing that shit, bro. Like, nah, I'm going for broke, man. Everybody know that. I'm going
You
crazy.
mentioned surviving, right? Like you said, surviving that. Do you, when Kendrick gets in that bag, do you think there's a lot of people, fans, that think that what happened to Drake, he can never recover from? He can only like just come back into the scene, but he'll never be up there anymore. Do you feel the same way?
Never say never. And the reason why I say never is because who are the people that's making that determination? You could change a person's mind, bro. You know what I'm saying? People ain't standing on business. You could change motherfuckers' minds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly came back and said, I believe I could fly. Man, motherfuckers forgot. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers forgot. You know what I'm saying?
Inspired.
That you could come back and make a record big enough to fix anything. You know what I'm saying?
Keep going.
You can make a record big enough to fix anything in life, bro.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So saying like you can't come back, it's like come back to what though? Like what are you saying? Like exactly what? He can't come back and still be the biggest motherfucker. He still was the most streamed motherfucking
Right.
it's like what, like I get it. It's a culture thing, it's a thing, but like I don't think you can count nobody out. You know what I'm saying? I think people just want this shit to go on.
Right.
I think people just want to see more, and they want more. We love gladiator sport.
Yeah, we enjoy the conflict.
So
the
we
blood.
want to see more. You know what I'm saying? But you only finished when you feel defeated.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? If you feel that defeated, that's when you done.
Climbing out of that is
You know what I'm saying?
tough.
But shit, nigga, come back from the grave, come back from whatever, nigga, come back through all motherfucking adversities, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what this shit is about.
And talk about
You know what I'm saying? This ain't that boy first rodeo. Like,
well, that's the
you know what I'm
thing.
saying?
Historically, it was so bad if you lost one, but I think he's at 2 right now. Still don't think it's over for him.
Yo, bro, it ain't over till the nigga croak, bro. And then it still ain't
That
over.
boy got time on the clock, man.
Listen,
Come on.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, it ain't really never over for nobody. It's not over, my nigga. There's too many insignificant motherfuckers in the world sitting and dwelling in important spaces for it to be over for an actual, real motherfucker that made a real impact and imprint. Nigga, it ain't over. Who is saying this? Let's go look at all the motherfuckers that's saying it's over and see where they qualify to say that.
Right.
It's an opinion. It's an opinion. You can't say nobody's over. You can't say nobody's cooked. We can say that we've delegated, that maybe that this person comes out and this person didn't, right?
Right.
Shit, nigga, win, lose, or draw. I'm more enticed with the fight itself. That you win in that motherfucker and you fought. Like, don't be a nigga who don't fight.
Who just,
You know what I'm saying?
lay down.
Like, nah, fight. Go fight, go scrap. I don't think you're defined, man. They was asking Michael Jordan about all his game winners. And what was his biggest takeaway from all his game winners? And he said, every time that I missed. His biggest takeaway was every time he missed.
Yeah.
All we remember is the ones that went in.
Right.
He said what made him was all the ones he missed. So I don't think you can have a good story with the fucking roses and bubbles and fucking like, nigga, go get some dirt on your shit. I went over to battle rap to go get some dirt on my shit. Yeah, it will slam me on my fucking because I also wanted to experience, and here goes some other. I wanted to experience an ego death.
Right.
I wanted to experience an ego death. So if you know specifically when I battled Ill Will, he said certain subject matter I knew he would say. And I did not rebuttal. I didn't write material, nothing, because I wanted to have that be said in my face so I could be over it.
Right.
So who's better to say it than this gigantic battle rap nigga who's gonna say it with the most veracity? He gonna say it the worst it could be said. He gonna imprint it. And I'm like, if it lives forever, if he said it, it was supposed to. Because this is the nigga that could do that to me. I knew what I was facing, but I wanted to have that ego death. And like, motherfuckers don't really know about that shit, bro. I wanted to have that ego death. I was like, yeah, I want to go face the worst shit you could say to me, nigga. Say it. I'm not even going to write a crafty rebuttal. I know you going to say it. You know how I could have crafted the rebuttal? Stop playing, bro. I wanted to have that ego death, bro. You know what I'm saying? Real shit, because we be living on facades a lot, man. We human. Go ahead, hit me with the best shit I could be hit with, because I want to be made sharper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get around it. I want to deal with that shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Let me deal with it. Let the world say it. Go ahead. Let me get that work. You know what I'm saying? And let me be made a better motherfucker after this. A more sharper MC. A doper whatever, nigga. Push me out of every circle. Make me a iller hustler. You know what I'm saying? Because what's our story going to be if we not like that?
Word.
That's why I'm like, I feel like I'm ready for whatever, because, you know, I've been designed that way over the years. So for Drake, make whatever make you a iller nigga. Make that shit make you a iller nigga. Nigga, take your L's, take your wins, but be real with the nigga in the mirror. Fuck the world. Look in that mirror, start with that nigga, and make yourself a iller nigga. I don't give a fuck. You got to start doing 1,000 push-ups a day, nigga. Pull-ups. This shit probably ain't got nothing to do with rap. You know what I'm saying? Real shit.
Give me 50.
You know what I'm saying? Because he had shit that everybody was fucking with too, but it's like, this shit is about something different. And when we in the jungle, the only thing that's gonna matter is who's the illest man. Right? So
Facts.
all the other shit is other shit, nigga. Who the illest man? The impact that I'm gonna leave, the imprint that I'm gonna leave ain't got nothing to do with a #1 record. I promise you. I'm gonna outlive you niggas. I'm doing something different. I'm for the future. The time capsule is different what I'm working with.
That shit.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even in the highest innovative stages of what I'm going to do. The books that I'm gonna write, the shit that I got, the movies that I got, the shit, like, I'm thinking on a way different scale of how I'm gonna leave this information in the world. You know what I'm saying? For your children's churn.
Before Tsu Surf was incarcerated, you guys had like a little back and forth on Spaces talking about what you guys did for battle rap or rap in general.
Mm-hmm.
Could we ever see, if the opportunities presents itself, could we ever see the two of you battle?
Yeah, we could. I would 1,000% battle Surf. I don't know if there's no beating Surf, man.
Yeah.
Surf is a different type of nigga, but like, I ain't think it was no beating none of the niggas that I battled, to be honest with you. When they in their mode, they in their mode. You know what I'm saying? And I respect Surf to that level. But here's what I know. I know when you come over to rap, you gotta deal with me. You gotta fuck with me. I'm the big dog in that yard. So I was inviting that nigga over there. Come over there. Come to my rap side since you rap, and I'll come to your battle side.
Yeah.
I think that you have the advantage on your battle side, and I think that I got the advantage on my rap side.
Facts.
And I'm never living that, like, I don't think nobody. I'm like that with the pen.
Yeah.
So we gonna get it in like that. Studios open 24/7. Don't talk me to death. Go diss me right now. I told the same thing to DNA. He wanted to battle me. I didn't want to battle him. I said, just go diss me. The studio open right now. He like, oh, yo, you tempted me. Nigga, don't Trust me, it's a good time. It's a good time. And then Surf got crazy because he was, but you know, Surf was antagonizing me. Like he do that and then go laugh. Like that's just Surf.
Yep.
He'll be like, yo, I had that nigga mad. I had that nigga. Like Surf is like a troll. Like but Surf is so wicked. So Surf, like, he wants to rap with you because he's like, if I rap with you, then I got a notch under my belt because I know you ill too. He talks that way to everybody that he thinks is dope. You know what I'm saying? So it's also like a way of showing admiration, you know?
Yeah, it's
and
that
so,
Tom Brady effect, right? You still want to go out there and compete
in the same
with
respect, I'm like, yo, I admire you too. Come get in this booth.
Yeah.
I admire all you niggas. I'm not just looking down on y'all. I just know I'm a dog when I'm looking through that scope, nigga. I'm Bob Lee Swagger. Looking through that scope. You know what I'm saying? I know it.
Swagger.
That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's what, yeah, we could get it. I could get it with any of my brothers in the battle space, bro, because it's just sharpening the sword and it's just the art form, bro. Like we could get it. We could have fun. We ain't gotta hate each other. It ain't that thing, you know?
Yeah. I had one of our most often, or the guests that we've had up here the most is Charleston White, and then it's Benzino. And Eminem just recently dropped an album, and Benzino's been on a roll. Right? There's one thing about Benzino. I'm like, damn. I was like, it's
Shout out Dizaster.
I be thinking about it because I fuck with Benzino, you know, and I put up a story post, and I'm like, oh, this track is fire. And I was like, damn. And you see, like, Benzino saw this story, and I'm like, oh man, he's gonna be like, so what the fuck was so good about it, Miguel?
Which
You know
part?
what I mean?
Just like that.
Yeah, because we had him up here. So what the fuck was so good about it then? But
That's pretty
you
good.
mentioned that you feel like Benzino won that with that last battle he put out.
It's not that I feel like he won. I feel like that for him to have the moment, right? Like, come on, bro. Benzino ain't out rapping Eminem.
Yeah.
Like, he not.
Yeah.
But I feel like also, if you don't read the room, anybody could get the best of you in an exchange.
Facts.
And I felt like Benzino was tapping on something that motherfuckers got to read the room about. And this is real shit. We're seeing it in real time with all the battles, right? The cultural aspect of this shit can never really be disregarded.
Yeah.
You got to really pay homage and respect to the cultural aspect. And if you ignore that shit in any way, shape, or form, you could be reprimanded viciously. And I think that there was scrutiny that fell upon Eminem on the internet. It wasn't like, that wasn't like my take. I was talking about in the, because I didn't even listen to the back and forth. I didn't even listen to it.
You're looking at what's going on.
I'm looking at what the people are saying. And, you know, shit, like Eminem got stands.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not about to waver for no nigga. They don't think no nigga beat Eminem ever.
Yeah.
And they're not supposed to. That's what he built. But I'm saying that I was seeing people actually saying, oh shit, Zeno snuck up on one. and so that's what I'm saying. That's a win for Zeno. Not saying he didn't. I'm saying that's a win for bro because you got people, you got at least one person to say that against Eminem is crazy. And I was telling people, they were saying, well, what if somebody wrote it for him? I'm like, nigga, who gives a fuck? If you're going against Eminem, you might want to get some help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You're dealing with a dude who ain't got nothing but time to dismantle. So, and I was like, Zeno got people to mention him in that moment. We talking about it now.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yo, you could do it and nobody even care. Oh, shut up. You know? So he got that little glimpse of that moment, and I thought it was funny because I saw people saying it over and over again, and I'm like, look at this nigga Zeno. He's relentless. If you know this,
yeah.
I
love Benzino, man.
And he's an over passionate ass nigga to the point where it could be his detriment. He'll be like so passionate, you got to calm him down.
Don't care.
You know,
Yeah.
yo, but look, but Los, but no, fuck that. Because look, Los,
Yeah.
no, nigga, it was 1997. I'm outside of the fucking Source building, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
So you know what I'm saying? It's like he passionate, bro, and it's like again. I mean, come on, bro.
Man, when he sat in that seat after he dropped the record and he had his first interview with us after that.
Is
We
he
had so
cocky?
many man.
He felt like
The way,
he did
just
it.
the way he sat down, you knew it. You know, like he just sat down
I'm telling you,
I
he
love
was
that
getting
though,
that.
man.
when you want to
I love that.
when you want to talk about it, Miguel.
Yeah,
When you wanna talk about it.
Let's get into it. Let's get it. Listen, I'm telling you,
I
he
love
was
that. Though.
online. He had a community of people who believed that he had got the best of that moment.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, I just saw that. And I spoke on it. And then all these blogs was like, King Lo says Benzino beats Eminem. I'm like, bro, y'all niggas is reaching. Again, I don't give a fuck. Like, because I'm not like saying, I didn't say that. I'm not a explainer.
You know what you said.
You know, but I just don't get it. I don't believe the internet is a real place.
Yeah,
I think life is real and the internet is whatever the fuck it is, whenever the fuck it wants to be. Whoever's ready to do and say anything on the internet, shit could just be whatever, and then whatever. So I don't really get into like the blogs and responding. And I'm like, y'all motherfuckers I done did how many songs? Y'all ain't post shit that I've done in the last whatever.
What about, because we can't just dismiss them all.
Mhm.
What about Rory Mal? Right? Rory and Mal said they named you as one of the rappers who rap better than Drake.
No, they didn't say I rap better than Drake. They said, well, Rory said he inserted that maybe I rap better than Drake.
Mhm.
Mal said no, he doesn't rap better than Drake. But then Mal said that I rap better than Kendrick. He said that Kendrick got style from me or something. That's what he said. So they inserted me in that. And though I was
That's really interesting.
flattered to be mentioned, I'm really like, bro, why is my name in the middle of these niggas beef? You know, people was hitting me up like, yo, it's time. And I'm like, time to what, nigga? Like, I'm not about to, bro. I'm not even about to freestyle over Not Like Us. I'm not even about to like. I'm just. It's them niggas moment.
Those
You
are
know
the
what I'm
fans
saying?
in the crowd are saying freestyle.
I'm a classy MC, bro. Like I ain't trying to piggyback off another nigga.
And that ain't the first time it happened to you, because you could go back to Nick Cannon when he was dissing Eminem and Jordan Lucas.
Yeah,
saying,
Jordan Lucas was like, yo, I'm gonna get King Lowe's, I'm gonna get, and I'm like, like how did I get in this shit? And then the crazy shit is when Tory,
That's a compliment though.
remember Tory and Jordan had a thing,
Yep.
right? Which was dope. And then so Tory was like feeling himself. He was like, yo, I don't think nobody could fuck with me. And I was like taking that as like, okay, can we?
Everybody's doing.
So here's
math.
here's the crazy part. Now I can't I can't be in it now. Why? Y'all put me in everything, but I can't be in it now. So when I said that, you know, Tory was like, yo, what's good? Like, yo, chill, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers be like, if you got the real big nigga on the court, they're like, nah, chill, he can't. And I'm like, so it's like, you know, that I can't find a space to get in, and I don't want to get in nothing cheap. I don't want to punch a nigga while another nigga is fighting. I don't want to piggyback off another nigga's beef. I'm not trying to like, you know what I'm saying? That's just not my style. So I ain't trying to get in them niggas shit. And everybody wanted me to jump. I'm like, nigga, no. They like claim the spot. They like, yo, Cole dropped out. Ooh, King Lowe's. Cole apologized. You get now, you go. And I'm like, I could make a moment. But I'm like, nigga, this.
If it's forced, it would come off as
I'm like,
forced.
bro, I'm about to go work on this album, nigga. While everybody doing this shit, being distracted, I'm gonna work on this motherfucking album, because I think at the end of the day, the music is the only thing that speaks. The music is the only thing that matters. The opinions don't matter. Motherfuckers gonna forget, you know? Like they gonna forget about this shit, bro. And they gonna be on
memory.
The momentary thing that's happening. So it's like, yo, make all your next moves your best move. And I don't get like, I'm not lured into the fire like that, bro. I'm just like, I gotta be very like practical with the way I move. Like Surf and I had a thing, it was our thing. So then I felt like engaging.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did this shit with DNA. I ended up actually battling DNA. I didn't like when I battled Head Ice, we hadn't had no thing. So it was kind of like, but we could still battle, but we didn't have a thing. Ice was actually my man's, like battling my man. He's like, yo, I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing right now. I'm just doing this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna say this, and I'm out. And I was like, yeah, I got a thing, I'm gonna do the thing, and then I'm out. So it wasn't really a thing. With Daylyt, we had a back and forth. We fell out, was friends, so it was like, oh yeah, we got a little thing.
Feel to the fire.
DNA, he was antagonizing me. Like, you scared to battle, so it was a thing, right? Didn't really have a thing with Ill Will. That was just another person that they kind of was like, we think Ill Will will get with you because he had that energy. So they kind of matched it. We didn't really have a thing. So he kind of took the situation, the thing that was going on.
But that's dope. That's like lyrical combat.
And used it.
Dope.
And it's dope. So like that's what I'm saying. Like, but I'm never the guy that's like, when you say like, yo, Los, who you want to battle? And I'm like, really nobody, because like I don't have a thing. I just don't want to battle somebody. Like I don't really see somebody. I'm like, yo, I would love to just battle you. I don't. But if somebody hit my phone, it's like, yo, what you think about this? I'm like, shit, we could get it. I ain't really tripping. It'll be better if we had a thing though. Like if we had a little thing.
Like a backstory, basically, right?
Like a backstory, because I'm not really the. I really got to be. I feel like if I'm going to go there, I got to be motivated in that way.
Yeah, I say this about fighters, like MMA fighters, all the time. When they're fighting to put food in the bowl, they fighting like hell.
And they're not just fighting to put food in the bowl. They're fighting for their demons. They're fucking. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean that versus.
Think about that, bro. They're fighting for their sanity. Yeah, like without this shit, they feel worthless. They feel insane. Like you think about the way Mike Tyson expressed it. Being a fighter, he said being a fighter is the worst job in the world. So any dude who's fighting to live, that's a person at rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like think about it, bro. Being punched, beat, like nigga, you gotta be a different type of man. And that, like John Jones, to be John Jones, you gotta be
some gotta be fueling that fire.
Something. And so it's not just like to eat. A lot of them dudes get rich.
But that's what I'm saying. Once they get rich, the fuel don't burn the same.
Floyd was so rich, and Floyd was fighting.
The anomaly.
Think about, no, not the anomaly. I can name Javante. Javante's rich. What are you talking about? He's rich than a motherfucker. Word. Not much he get. Like he's rich. but get in the ring with him. You're fighting the whole Baltimore when you fight him. When he punch, he's punching with the power of the entire animosity of being a youth in Baltimore. That's why he's knocking niggas out. So he's not just fighting because he's good at it. He's not just fighting. He's fighting because there's an underlying story to his greatness. And it's rooted in poverty. It's rooted in hurt. You know what I'm saying? Pain. It's a lot in those stories in these guys. So when you fight them fighters, shit could be deadly. You could die, man. This shit is like not a fucking game, bro.
Right.
Now you seem like a very down-to-earth, mellow dude, right? Like you probably chill more often than not. But $1 million question is, have you ever been to a Diddy party?
Yeah, I've been to a Diddy party, my nigga.
20 years
ago. What was your experience like in them?
Everybody was there, you know. All the celebrities, all the people that you ever wanted to see in real time. Motherfuckers is happy, enjoying themselves. A lot of black excellence. Motherfuckers throwing that shit on. You know, I ain't never seen none of the weird shit. You know what I'm saying? And so for them to minimize or reduce a Diddy party, like the fucked up shit is this. You know how many people that don't know this nigga been to a Diddy party? He has in Miami annually a New Year's fucking party, right? That mad strange motherfuckers that this nigga let come into his fucking, you know what I'm saying? His $50 million, like you partying at this man's shit.
The compound.
And you're like, you're from fucking Alabama coming in and he's letting motherfuckers in his house. You're at a Diddy party.
Coming there with their folding chairs. You know?
Right? You're coming to someone's crib. Food's free. The drinks are free. You're partying with the likes of the Rihannas. Like the people are here. And like, you're not going to speak up and be like, nah, I've been at like that shit. That shit was mad fly. Like I took one of the homies from B-More. He went to one. It was like actually his birthday around the same time that bro was having a joint. And so it's like they're going to minimize it to the weird shit and to this, that, and the third. But like a lot of weird shit go on in Hollywood and a lot of shit goes on behind a lot of closed doors. But I think there's a distinction that should be made between like what motherfuckers do in their own like sexual lifestyle versus like motherfuckers trying to get you to do some shit or get you to like do
Yeah.
or telling you, hey, I'll give you this if you do that. Like that's weird shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like being in a nigga's personal like nigga, I've never like that's where like that ain't even a shit I be interested in talking like, you know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
Like I never, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a nigga, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah. So now the general mood, because you're around him, what's his general mood like right now through everything he's going through?
I see he getting his ass beat. He getting his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need an ass whipping though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're here to be better men, nigga. So, you know, he getting his ass whooped. But at the same time, he whooped a lot of ass. You know what I'm saying? In life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In life, like that nigga been through wars and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He been through a lot of shit. So it's like it's a level that he gonna have to unlock for himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is his lonely walk, nigga. Take your lonely walk. We all took them. You know, it ain't no emotions from a king. It ain't no crying, nigga. Take your lonely walk. Take that walk and show motherfuckers that you can make it to the other end without nobody's help. This is the time where everybody's supposed to abandon you. This is the time where everybody's supposed to stay clean and turn their back. This is that time, nigga, because that's the way God designed it to be. So you can go get strong, nigga, and go fix your shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga said, you know, he went to rehab and did all that other shit because, like, when you fucking up, you know it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta look in that mirror. You know what's up. You can't duck that smoke, nigga.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in like making yourself a better version of you, a greater version of you, and be great to the people around you and realize who stuck with you through your shit and see who wavers when you go so you know who everybody is. How else would you know? Right? How else the fuck would you know? If they wasn't pissing on LeBron's jersey and burning his jersey when he left Cleveland, who would he be now?
Wild.
Only for him to go back and get them niggas a ring, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For the lady to tell LeBron, shut up and dribble.
That was wild.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, these moments, for him to be on the U.S. representing the United States right now when the lady told him, shut up and dribble.
Word.
And you know what I'm saying? Being 40 and damn near still being the strongest nigga in the league.
Yeah.
We go through these things to become better versions of ourselves, to be so great. LeBron James, to be so great that your son's inheritance is your greatness, nigga. This might be the first time we've ever saw black privilege. It's beautiful. We've seen white privilege. We've seen every kind of privilege.
That's a
nigga,
gem right
don't
there.
shit on that because black privilege is different. You know why? Because it wasn't given. It was earned.
Wow.
Everybody else's privilege is called privilege because it was given. What you see in that comes from first, you got to be a great father. Got nothing to do with basketball. You got to love your son more than you love yourself. It got nothing to do with basketball. We looking at a family. I know who Paris Hilton is because her daddy was Hilton.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody said nothing about that.
Yeah.
Now, I went to see Bronny play.
Fire. How was that?
Bronny, you know what? Bronny is just like a dude who is so good that he ain't giving all the sauce. And my message to him is take your time. Cause you gotta, nothing in nature is instant. Grow, develop. Don't let these niggas rush your greatness. When it was Thanksgiving and we would be standing by the kitchen and we'd be peeking in, mama and grandma said, go sit your ass down. It'll be ready when it's done. And so he's gonna be ready when it's his moment to be ready. But he's been appointed a great responsibility.
Oh, yeah.
So at the same time, recognize that responsibility. But I do not think he's without the talent to perform excellently in that space. And when he fully blossoms, I feel like he gonna be a menace to niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Bryce is gonna be a menace.
I feel like Bryce is gonna be more of a menace because he's gonna be the second inheritance. He's gonna be, he gets to encompass Bronny and Braun.
The kingdom
And so
is already large.
Because he's competing against Big Bro too.
yeah. And look at Mello's son.
Yeah.
He run around dropping 40 on niggas, 30 on niggas. Look at Percy, look at Master P's son.
Oh, yeah,
Mercy.
yeah,
Mercy Miller.
Really?
Do your homework.
Yeah.
Do your homework. Dropping 50 on niggas, dropping dumb numbers, 60. Do your homework.
God.
Do your homework. So these kids is awesome, man. Shout out to Bronny. Shout out to LeBron for being so magnificent that your son is afforded. We cannot like fake and be like, we gotta embrace the moment. You know what I'm saying? Embrace that shit, bro. That's legacy, bro. That's what royalty always was. That's why they was bloodlining. So your son would get your son couldn't even pick his own wife. Because it was like, I can't let you get out and get some rechacha. I gotta give you somebody else who was cultivated into a space of greatness. We always talking that we come from kings and queens. As soon as a nigga do some royal shit, we get scared.
Right.
Nigga, that shit was royal, nigga. Shout out to LeBron James for being.
Yeah, shout out.
They've been calling a nigga King James, but he really did some king shit, and now everybody shook.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't believe people are talking negatively about it. It's something so positive. It drives me nuts.
You know why? Because they're afraid that when we express black privilege, it personifies freedom. You understand me?
This is the age-old tale.
You understand? Dame Dash said profoundly, y'all selfish. I don't hustle for my first name. I hustle for my last name. LeBron James did what he did for his last name. Anybody that got that last name is part of that legacy.
Yeah.
The man put his inner circle on. They run that shit now.
Yeah.
This guy, let me tell you why I love LeBron James, right? Because I'm a Kobe guy.
Okay.
I'm from that, like, I seen Kobe. I'm just affected. Let me tell you what I really love about LeBron. I love that Michael Jordan got shitted on and shunned by the Bulls, right? I don't love that, but I love that because of it. He wanted equity and they treated him like shit. I love LeBron James's business mind.
Absolutely.
I love that shit the way I love Floyd Mayweather's business mind. You understand me? I love that nigga LeBron was like, yo, I'm gonna take my talents to South Beach, bro. I remember when I watched that shit and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
He started moving pieces on the chessboard. Niggas been afraid to move because guess what? Who created this? You gotta stay with one team. Yeah. Who made that rule? The slave master?
Yeah, I was about to say, sounds like a slave master right there. Yeah.
Because we watch Mike do it, and Mike don't own the Bulls.
Oh.
Huh? So when Braun did that shit, he started moving pieces, and everybody was like, he's cheating. See how we do ourselves? We talk about all this white privilege in the world, but then when we start doing shit that we're privileged to do, because reminds you, we had to earn that privilege that we got. Now you're going to tell me I ain't going to take all the pieces of the gum? I'm not going to take the pieces of the gum? I'm a bitch? No, I'm not a bitch. Fuck y'all in the public, Joe Public, because y'all going to hate me now, but just wait. Y'all going to love me. Wait till you see my next move. Right? Here's Johnny. And boom, he went down there, got a ring, made legacy, moved again, came back. Let me get you. Y'all was
watch this.
I got y'all. Yo, listen, the way he moved the pieces, the way he made $1 billion in while you're looking at him. He innovated this new shit we see in sports right now. He not getting credit for it. He just got his son to be next to him.
Fire.
And because understand when I say he got his son to be next to him, I'm not saying that LeBron James is pulling the strings, and that's not what I mean. I mean that LeBron James worked so hard to be so great that he instilled that same greatness in his son, for his son to stand out amongst his peers and shine enough to be regarded, to be in the space where his dad could now make the move and say, boom, this is what I want to do. We know this was thought out. We know that this was calculated. All right, is anybody praising LeBron James for being a masterful tactician?
No.
Nigga, this is the greatest tactic I've ever seen in sports. The day him and his son play next to each other, I'm good. You understand me? That dude just did some other shit.
We've seen it before, but we've seen it in a different scale with Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr.
Well, we've seen it in generations.
Yeah.
But like this at the same, like when they put the jerseys on
Senior
That's
and
gonna
Junior
be
played.
special.
on the same team?
Griffey and his pops.
On the same team?
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah. That's the first time we've seen it. A lot of people leave that out.
Yo, we can't leave that out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out, I'm today years old.
Yeah.
I'm today years old.
All right, so one other time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great
Yeah.
because we know basketball is a different thing, right? And
Yeah.
so, yo, but to see this shit, right? Because the dynamic is a little different.
Yeah.
LeBron James being in the GOAT conversation and being one of the GOATs and doing it.
Yep.
We didn't get this. Mike didn't do it.
Exactly.
Kobe didn't do that. So like now, I think it's unfair if anybody tried to discount him.
Can't lie, man.
But-
I would have
but
died
for
to
that.
be able to see Gigi get her shot at the WNBA.
Yo.
I really cried like a bitch.
I cried
Kobe
worse than
died, yeah.
worse than a bitch.
Yeah, I couldn't take that. Was tough for me.
Yeah.
I sleep 4 hours a day. When you were mentioning that, sleep
I
shit, I'm
cried
like,
at
4
Kobe.
hours a day.
I cried at his last game.
Where he dropped 60.
I cried. Because I was like, oh shit, we're never gonna see Kobe play ball again. It hit me at the end when he was so great. And I was like, oh shit, I'm sitting here crying, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Kobe, man. When I got the news, bro, I think I was just so overwhelmed and just so desensitized to just seeing fuck shit happen. I was almost just like, maybe this is a trick. Like maybe this is a hoax.
Twice in a row it hit me. I was in when I caught a case back in 2010. I got through marathon music. You know what I mean? It was all the marathon for me. So I
That
was
Nipsey hit
I
the
was
same.
just turning my life around
Uh-huh.
when, you know, I'm listening to him way back in 2010. And he was like just motivational for me. It kept me moving.
Yeah.
And when he passed, I was actually that was my moment of finally changing my life. The first time. And I was in church. So my boy sent me a text in our group chat, and he's like, watch this motherfucker get all emotional over this. And I'm thinking, like, he's kind of like trolling me, so I don't think it's serious. I don't see it yet, you know, and I'm like, about what? He's like, about Nipsey dying. And I'm like, nah, not real. And it was just real. I didn't believe it. I thought that he survived, or maybe they're not saying nothing, or it's all bullshit. I couldn't come to grips with that one. I couldn't come to grips with the Kobe one. I don't think I'll ever accept both of those. That's like, you know, we come up in this world like you don't have too many. Those moments were the moment where I fell in love with Nipsey Hussle's music and what he was doing, who he was as a person. Like he really, I think his story, that there's a movie coming. He's talking about the marathon, and then he gets a victory lap, and then he's gone.
Yeah. Both of those things too, like really was like an atom bomb to the West. Kobe,
Absolutely, yeah.
Kobe, then Nip, you know, that's like devastating a coast. They're just getting back right now, and I think, to enjoying fully being the West Coast and all that
Yeah.
they encompass and embody, and just to see them have that moment now after those hits is like it's worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to celebrate and whatever. You know,
Yeah.
celebrate all your victories. You know
That
what
all
I'm saying?
that all
yeah,
adds
they
to
needed
it.
So,
That all adds to it for sure.
it did, because I was here and I felt and I was like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Also, really had a moment when little nigga XXX.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just another, and I was just more so, because I didn't know him, but it was just more so me just looking at the world we in and how, like, even maybe the guys involved, like, maybe they're just some hurt. Like, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, just how we just keep cycling this thing. It was just really, like, disheartening. Like, damn, bro, we really live in this thing where, like, where's the OGs, bro? Where's the big bros? Where's the dads? Like, who's talking to these young dudes? Like, are they ready to go sit down forever over this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, better decisions got to definitely be made, and so those were like all the unfortunate things that took place. You know what I'm saying? With the Kobe shit, it was just like, damn, how many things probably could have been different maybe leading up to that to change that, like he took this helicopter all the time, and it's like, sometimes you got to switch it up. You got to put a mix in it. Like, you can't let the algorithm start to figure you out. You got to, like, shake it up, bro. I've been on some weird shit like that.
Yeah,
It's true.
I would get to the point where, like, bro, I was doing such weird shit one time. I wouldn't wear certain colors. Like, not on no, like, gang shit.
Yeah.
Like, just on some, like, just to
Pattern interruption.
just to interrupt your own pattern.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Interrupt that shit, bro. Disrupt, because you don't ever want to get comfortable. Because that's when motherfuckers, like, Bruce Lee said, be like water. Have no technique is the best technique. So whenever you keep doing something, like, motherfuckers could study you too much and shit, it's like, switch that shit up for life start to figure you out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Switch that shit to life. Look how much you can't figure out life. That's the bar tonight.
Good luck.
Switch your shit up so life can't figure you out, because look how much you can't figure out life. Look how much life will switch up on you and be like, choop, 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 choop. You be like, what the fuck? You can't keep up. So why the fuck would you stay like this and life can keep figuring you out? Keep switching your shit up.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, the hustlers would switch up the way they went home. You don't know who's behind you. Switch that shit up. Go this way.
Still
Go
do.
that way. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Sit here, wait at this red light. Let this shit turn red twice. Fuck that. Let everybody go. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. Spin the block twice before you park type shit. Like, we gotta work out all the possibilities of motherfuckers knowing how we gonna move. You dig?
Word.
Yep.
And that's the word.
And that's how Trump
like
got
that.
shot.
Oh,
That's
shit.
exactly how Trump got shot.
Wait.
Yo,
It was too easy. To your
you
point.
saying they predict they had them like,
No, to your exact same point. The security, the whole shit was just too routine. And they could never figure it out that this one motherfucker would just happen to be on the roof this one random day
Comfortable.
to do this one random shot that damn near killed this dude.
Trump,
If he had
Trump put up the black power fist.
he did when he got shot.
He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I gotta get this shot. I gotta get this. This is the photo. I got it.
Yeah.
It's the greatest photo ever taken. It's a good photo. It's great. Very good photo. Very good photo. It's a horrible shot that was taken. It barely grazed me. I didn't feel it. I wouldn't have felt it if even it hit me. I wouldn't have felt
This
it.
gun was big. It was a big gun.
Yeah.
Big gun, one of the biggest guns ever used in a failed attempt. It's a very poor attempt.
I'm bigger.
Very poor people on his side. Whoever was helping him, very poor people.
Great. Holy shit.
Yo, that Trump, Trump is an ill dude, bro.
I thought the same shit though. I was like, look at him with the black power fist.
Nah, you knew he was gonna do it though.
Not even black people have used that fist in a very long time. I was the first to do it. It's like the blacks have forgotten that they had it. I had to pull it out because they weren't going to use it.
Yo,
I talked to Jesse Jackson. He wouldn't use it. I talked to all their leaders. None of their leaders would use it. It's a shame what's going on over there in the black community. I had to use the fist because no one. I had to use it. They wouldn't use it.
Immediately.
They wouldn't use it. I had to do it. First, they're going to be mad at me. I know what they're going to say, but no one was doing it.
I knew he was.
I brought back the black fist. They got to vote for me now, and I brought it back.
I'm not black, but that day my fist was.
Yo, Los is going viral for bringing back the black fist.
Right.
Yo,
I put the power back in the fist. It wasn't there. No one was using it. Biden didn't have you use it. Kamala didn't use it. I used it.
You want to know what a black job
It's a very
is?
good fist. I think the blacks have a good fist.
I used it. Big deal.
Yo, all right. So before we let you go, you mentioned that Justice League, the album you're working on, and then you mentioned that you're executively producing an album, right?
Yes.
You probably can't tell me.
Yeah, I can't tell you because it's
Okay.
like it's the confidentiality with it.
Okay.
Respect.
All right, so
Yeah.
I won't even ask. So I got my final question for you.
Yeah.
Life is grand. I know you don't like to use the numbers to measure things, but 1 through 100, where do you see yourself at in the scale of life?
65%.
Why 65?
I got a lot to do. I haven't reached my full potentials of things. You know, now my 65 might be greater than someone else's 80.
Mm.
So I'm not like comparing myself to nobody. Just in my life, 65, where I'm at, because when I really do what I'm gonna do, it's gonna be, it's gonna be levels of excellence achieved, and so I just feel like I'm at like 65. I'm loading. You know what I'm saying? I'm loading, and I think that you have to stay empty to a degree, so you can be poured into. So I don't feel like I'm trying to be overwhelmed with even the idea of myself like that. I'm doing more stuff for people around me, my family, and shit like that. So it's not really about me like that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I came here to make an impact. And so just in that journey, I am a late bloomer.
Yeah.
I've always been a late bloomer, even though I'm like advanced. I still bloom late, but once I get some shit, man, I got it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at 65% right now in my archetype, my build. I'm at 65% just in the things I want to achieve and accomplish and work towards. I got a lot of work to do.
So what does 100 look like?
I mean, 100, I don't know what 100 looks like. I don't know if 100 is possible, but I have no idea, bro. I'm not thinking in like totalities. I'm just thinking of
Yeah.
like,
Where do you feel like
the
you can
journey.
sit back and be like, I'm good here. Like I'm happy and I did it.
I did it. I'm happy.
I'll give you an example. Is it you putting your son on? Like you spoke about what LeBron has done.
Yeah, my son got that same type of like inheritance too. But nah, because it's like I'm putting my girl on, son, there's other artists, there's people like I don't think I'm ever gonna be like, yo, in that sense, like I'm good. But I think honestly, like I'm good. Like with me. Like not like I'm just saying like my happiness is created from within myself. It's not from like achievements. It's not from none of that shit.
Yeah.
It's really in like being a dad and that type of shit. So I don't know if there's a space where I'm ever just good and I'm just like, yo, I'm good.
That's dope.
I'm in constant pursuit of more. I'm in constant pursuit of more. So I may very well get to 10 levels above where I'm at and still be on 65.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stay empty
Yes.
so I can be poured into.
Stay hungry.
Yeah. I get a lot of affirmations from the universe.
Fire.
And so I got to have room to be poured into, even to learn from people, to pull in. A large part of me is an empath, so I'm not never full of myself. Like I often fill up with other people. Like I can feel, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you get
So
the energy.
yeah, so like when I'm like 65, that's just for me, that's just an expression of like being open. And
Yeah.
even if I felt like I knew everything in this thing, I'm open to like knowing that knowing means you don't know shit. So then you just revert back to like being open all over again. And then I think also there's levels, right? So this level that I'm on now, that I've reached now, I'm at 65% on this level.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
know?
I got you.
And then there's more levels, and I don't think the levels ever stop. I don't think they ever stop.
A famous quote, Mark Twain.
Uh-oh.
The two most important days of your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. I've been said, I said a lot of times. I said I think we find out why at least 7 different times as well. You know, what is our purpose for life? Right now, today, I feel like my 100 would be the ability to distribute the light, to take my light and say another artist wanted to come up here that never had light, that I could be able to provide that for
That's
them.
beautiful.
That I could put them in that chair and then all of a sudden, boom, I could put them in the limelight.
That's
I could give that
beautiful.
to my son. I could give that to my girl. I could give that to my mom. I could give that to my brother and my sisters and my daughter. That's
beautiful.
That's where I feel right now that would be my 100. But
Yeah.
what you're saying is beautiful as well, because you're saying the truth. You know, there's so many different times you really find out why, right? Like your purpose today is your purpose today. The level you're at today, that 65 is different today than what it's going to be 10 years from now, because you're going to have a different purpose.
Yeah, because it's about culture, right? When we talk about the real definition of culture, is what we saw with LeBron and Bronny. That's culture, meaning this. If I spent my whole life using the tree outside and the shrubs and the whatever, the plants, to heal the pain that's in my house, I'm using what's outside to heal what's within. My grandma might have died from the thing that I was working to find out how to heal, but my son never will. My son won't even have the thing because he now will have this in his body. And so he'll be granted immunity from the thing that my grandmother died from. That's culture. And over time, my son, because he's born with this thing, he now starts to make a composite of this and another plant. And he found out how to cross those two things, right? And make this compound. And now it cures this other thing. And this now gives you this other strength. So now his son comes out and he's twice him. That's culture. That's literally what culture is. It's performing at our most optimal capacity the things that we give to the ones that come after us. That's what culture is. So now, 100 years from now, the thing that you gave to your son, right? That privilege, that advantage that took you a lifetime to make, 100 years from now, your community has advanced because your son is the Nobel Peace Prize winner of the thing that cured the person that created the scientific thing that they made the thing from. And now it's grown from that one, because that you cultivated that. That's culture. When we move backwards, when you are diabetic and your son dies from diabetes, it's anti-cultural. Because we were supposed to make that medicine. I was supposed to dedicate my life to making sure my son could evade the things that would kill me and the things that my father died from. That's culture. So now every generation we're moving forward. We're never moving backwards. You understand?
Yeah.
That's culture. So when you're saying what you're saying, you're talking about culture. And that's why we can't be mad at LeBron for expressing and exhibiting to us in real time what culture looks like. Culture is when I work so hard for something my son is afforded the birthright
It's America.
of my royalty.
Most American shit.
Don't sleep on that shit. Don't sleep on that shit. Because that was us before they came here. You think the chief's son was living like that? You tripping.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Fire. Los,
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you greatly for tapping in.
Yeah.
Coming through here. So, this is something that
Jeez.
I'm so grateful we were able to make happen, because I feel like now I could show my audience what I did 20 years ago. And I was like, yo, you got to listen to this dude.
Let me give you a thing to tell people. Let me leave you with a gift.
Yes.
From now on, because we also have to be master phraseologists, right? Spells. From now on, don't tell anyone that you appreciate them. You tell them that they appreciate you. And see, when I say that, it makes everybody like, what? Listen to me say it.
Yeah.
Watch this. Yo, bro, you appreciate me. Now, does that sound vain and arrogant?
No.
Nah.
If I tell you that you appreciate me, go look up the definition of appreciate. You give me more value. You increase my value. If I say, yo, you appreciate me, that I'm giving you the accolade. If I say I appreciate you, I'm giving me the accolade.
Oh, fire.
You
I
appreciate.
appreciate you a lot.
Yeah, no.
So
You appreciate me.
Yeah, you appreciate me. And then someone's gonna say, what? And say, let me explain.
Yeah.
And then you give them the gift I
Fire.
gave you, and that's
Fire.
cool. You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
Straight up,
This is
bro.
the Danza Project,
That's-
season 3,
Yeah.
episode numero
Shit.
9, I believe. So, man, we this one. This
What
was
episode is this?
9.
9?
Yeah.
Oh, God, no. God power. Yeah.
God did.